Woo! No one can hear us.
Woo! No, I'm doing bloody, no one can hear us. That's not singing.
But you went, no, I can
You were
hear
singing.
Was
It's
I?
okay. It's not a bad thing.
Listen.
It's just
Listen. The first stage is admitting that you've got a problem.
Listen.
is
Fucking
it a
listen.
problem?
Listen.
Why is
listen.
it a problem? Listen.
Let's link that to that.
Listen.
TikTok's so much lovelier now that no Americans are on it. It's just fun.
I'll bet.
So Stu posted a link. I click link. Games in January. All boring. Boring.
Well, I know what Chinny wants to talk about. Nothing.
He'll come to something he wants to talk about.
February. Boring. Tomb Raider 4, 5, 6 remastered. Nah, they're terrible. Avowed. Have you got Avowed in there, dude?
Yes, I got Avowed in here.
I didn't pick them all because obviously you guys are.
I just put Avowed in here.
Boring. Stu's probably put Split Fiction in. Boring.
I haven't actually. I didn't get that far.
Oh my god, do it!
Oh, you can put that in.
Oh my god.
Boring. No, I won't because it's boring. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
It's in here.
Boring. Atomfall. Yeah, I'll put Atomfall in.
Boring. That's you, Chinny. You're boring me now. Keep saying boring.
Video games are boring. That's what they
You're
are.
boring.
Video games are boring, and Minecraft and Fortnite and Destiny ruined them. Boring. And then just
Boring.
a list of games where they don't know when they're going to be released, and they all look pretty boring. Boring.
Atomfall. Who's put Atomfall?
Probably
Me.
Chinny.
That's already been out. It's out, isn't it? That's out.
Come on, Chinny. It's been out.
Is
Is
it?
it not that? Yeah, isn't it that?
I don't know.
Oh no, it isn't.
Oh,
This is Fallout UK, isn't it? Fallout.
No.
Yes.
Sorry,
Oh.
got mixed up. What was that? Oh, I was thinking Atomic Heart, wasn't I?
Yeah.
That shit thing.
Yeah. So shut up.
Yeah, probably.
I was.
Shush now.
Shush now.
Boring. Aha, found one. Yay.
Yeah, I know what you found.
What did he find?
What did I
GTA
find?
6, no
Nah,
doubt.
I've already put that in. Something else. Boring. If anybody's listening on the live stream,
I know, who's listening to you just keep saying boring.
Boring.
Is there any games that is anybody excited about? Any games? Anybody care about video games anymore?
A couple of them. Are you asking people in the chat or us?
In the chat.
No.
I've got 2
This
hours.
is boring. I'm bored now.
I've got 2 hours to ask you two. I'm
No, that's
fine.
true.
Oh,
That's true.
can we be done with these fucking things where you got to take a test to just to prove that you're
What,
Yeah.
human? Who gives a shit now?
Oh,
I was once
God.
human. Get it?
Ah, I see
Sound
what you
effect
did
is,
there.
Sometimes as well, like you do it, and
Hmm.
you're like, "Oh no, you're wrong," and you're like,
Do I
"Oh,
actually know what a
Yeah, but like,
stoplight's like?
aren't I? Isn't the purpose of this for me to train you? Isn't it? Like,
Yeah, really.
it's a training thing, isn't it?
It is. They're trying to get us to be better humans.
I'm sure there's some AI now that I can just do those tests anyway.
You'd think so.
Probably.
You think all the clever AI stuff we have, and they as soon as they read a captured text file, like a text
Yeah,
image, and they're
can't do
like,
it.
I can't read that. Are you mad?
Excuse me.
You okay,
Yeah,
Stu?
excuse
Are
you.
having
Just
a,
had a sneeze. I wasn't in the main show, so I thought I can't be asked muting.
Are you having a
I had a bit of a
siege-
fit then.
siege? Oh my god! I've done buses. I've done crosswalks. I'm doing stairs now. Like
Yo, James.
Fucking hell.
Are you just thick? Is this the trouble here?
No.
What are you even looking at?
I'm
Is this
still
Game
doing,
Rant?
I'm still doing like clicking traffic lights.
Can you not identify
clicking
stairs?
It's so
What's
many.
this for? What, YouTube?
No, my password thing.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh my god.
What's your password for?
Why is there so many?
Just what's your password? Tell us what your password is, and it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
we'll help you.
Why is there so many?
Is this for a restream?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know why there's so many.
Maybe it's because your password's wrong, because usually that's what happens. If you keep getting it wrong,
Oh,
it just
what?
keeps on
I
doing
don't-
some
yeah, but, like,
crazy shit.
Now I'm on bicycles. Like, how hard can it be? Oh,
Apparently very difficult.
apparently.
Apparently.
Is that a bicycle? I think that's a bicycle. Come on.
I want to ride my
Oh my God, that
bicycle.
took
I
forever.
want
There's
to
the
ride
singing.
my bike.
See, there you go.
Go ahead,
I
Freddie.
want to ride bicycle.
Right, let's carry on
It's
looking
such
at
a,
this.
it's such a
Let's
crazy song,
carry
innit?
on looking at this list. Boring, 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 boring.
I want to ride it where I like.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Can we sound clip that?
You say go, I say stop. You say go, I say stop. I don't know the words
Worst
to this
podcast
song.
ever.
Okay, I've looked at the list of games that are apparently coming out in 2025. I am ready
Yeah.
to start the show. Thank you very much.
Thank God for that.
All right, here we go.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Hack 2.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Chinny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week.
I need your advice.
News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saving.
I withdraw my question.
It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
You are technically correct.
It's the veteran
Stop playing this
gamers.
inane garbage. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, boy.
Why doesn't my life always work out perfectly?
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat.
This is not good radio!
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
Hello and welcome to episode 785 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, 785, baby! I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
And he's feeling a lot better this week, people.
Yes,
you should
he
have heard him
is.
last week.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
feeling better, yeah.
He's back. Welcome back, Chinny. We're glad you're back. Cheese man.
Awful, awful illness. Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
That's what I
He
heard.
sounds better. He
Look-
sounds
look
better.
I'm
can I just say.
almost
Yeah.
there. Like today,
Look
I was
better,
saying to
sound
Duke
better.
before. Yeah, I'm almost there. It was. Today's probably the best day I've had in terms of not coughing. Because the other hard part is like been coughing. I lost my voice and all this sort of stuff. But I can't go to sleep because I'm coughing so much. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No,
like
I've
as
been
soon
You
as-
know,
it's horrible.
I'm going to say it right now. In some respects, flu is worse than COVID.
Maybe
because-
sometimes
Well,
it is.
not the death rate.
Well, no, but, it's
Apart
pretty
from the
high.
death rate.
Actually, death rate's pretty high with flu as it goes.
Yeah, but it's not as
Uh,
high as COVID.
It's not as high as COVID. It's
Okay.
not as high as COVID. But
Okay.
COVID's done in 3-4 days now. You have the symptoms, and then in 3 or 4 days, you're back to normal, aren't you? Flu goes on for fucking weeks. It just keeps on going and going and going, doesn't it? It doesn't,
Can do, yeah.
yeah, you don't get rid of it like you do with COVID. You bloody have to put up with it for ages. So yeah.
I mean, there are people who have long COVID, so that. But I know. what you
Well,
mean.
I know what you mean, but like standard COVID versus
Yes.
standard flu. tends
Most
to be a
people,
lot
when they
different.
get COVID, it comes, it goes.
Yeah.
Flu tends to hang around a lot.
Yeah, it does, and it
Yes.
can be as serious. We've had for something
Of
in the
course.
last 2 weeks. We've had 6,000 people in the hospital with flu. So yeah, people get hospitalized with it, and they're pretty ill. Talking of health, I have got a slight update.
Health. It's time to talk about health.
Go ahead.
So
This is a video game podcast for people that just.
Yeah, it is. But we're old.
Eventually.
We're old. So
Especially these two.
Yeah, exactly. This week, I had to do a 24-hour ECG thing, right?
Yeah.
So off went to hospital. They rigged me up with. I mean, I'll tell you what. Tell you a difference between Blackpool Heart Centre and Chorley, little hospital, heart centre. You just get a stick-on thing. You stick it in the middle of your chest. It's like plastic. You can shower and everything with it. Job's a good one. No messing.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this shower.
Yeah. Chorley, they give you a box that you have to clip to your boxer shorts,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
And then 3 wires and freaking normal electrodes stuck all over you. Ugh.
Oof.
So you're right, faff. Anyway, so I got all rigged up, right?
Right.
24 hours. And then I
Right.
was off work for 2 days. So I thought, well, I can't just sit around because what's that going to tell them? It's not going to tell them anything, is it? It was just
You
sit
gotta
around.
see your
all
heart
day.
rate in situ.
Yeah, I see resting heart rate all day because I'm just sat
Right.
playing video games and not doing
Yeah, it
anything.
depends on the video game though. You play Dark Souls, you'd be like, your heart
Maybe
rate's
that's what
crazy
I do,
high.
yeah, maybe should have played what's that really scary video game? I don't know.
Amnesia.
I don't know. Alien. Yeah, Amnesia or
Yeah, there
Alien,
you go.
whatever. Yeah.
That
one.
would make you really fart with fear.
But I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to play video games. I'm going to go out for a walk because
Yeah.
that's like, seems a sensible thing to do. You know, get me out going a bit, give them something.
Now,
to
did they
look at.
tell you whether to take it easy or to do your normal routines?
No. They just said normal
Okay,
routines.
so you're just assuming that you need to be okay.
Normal routines, and they said
Right.
like, you know, but write it down. If you go do any exercise, write it down. So I thought, maybe I'll go for a walk. So I got myself all strapped up, gets myself out, a bit of fresh air. You know, I thought I'll have a brisk walk. You know what I mean? There's no point just
Yeah.
fucking pussyfooting
sprint.
around. You know, moseying on about like I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna walk.
I picked up some
briskly.
logs, shoving those around.
So I stuck 50 kilos in a backpack and I shoved that. No, I didn't. So off I went, right? And a
Right.
brisk pace, right? And I walked 5 miles. I thought I'll go a fair distance.
It's a long walk.
It's a long walk. And I was, you know, I had some music on that was about, you know, not too fast, but about 122.
Slow down. What was the BPM? We need to know the
It was
BPM.
about 123.
Okay.
124, and I
Okay.
was walking in time to the beat, so I was, you know, it was a fair pace. Turned out
No.
I was walking at a 30-minute mile pace most of the way around, so that's pretty, you know, 4 miles an
pretty good.
hour, 3-4
Yeah.
miles an hour, so a fair
Yeah,
good
nothing to
pace.
sneeze at.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
So I got back and I thought, yeah, let's have a look at me watch ECG, see what that said, because I set it on a workout thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know whether it was good or not because at one point it said my heart got to 187 beats per minute, which is pretty dodgy, seeing as my maximum should be 168 at my.
You're overdoing
age.
it there, buddy.
So,
Take it down.
But no,
Settle
but here's the
down.
thing. Here's the weird thing, right? I wasn't
the
out
weird
of
thing?
I wasn't out of breath. I wasn't feeling lightheaded. I didn't have any symptoms.
Yeah.
In fact, I
Take
wouldn't
that,
have known.
Doc.
So I'm going to assume that my watch is wrong. But if I get a phone call from the hospital tomorrow saying, "Hey,
Stop
fella,
walking around.
you need to come and see us because there's something come up on your results," I don't know. So I'm waiting. So who knows? It might have been a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows? Who knows? But if for 20 minutes my heart rate was over 150.
20 minutes, he was a
160.
teenager again. He was
I know, yeah.
skipping free in the sunshine.
I was.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
Well, I'm
happens.
glad you aren't feeling badly. I hope it's good
No,
news
no,
when you
I
hear
was
from the
feeling
doctors.
fine. So we'll see what
Okay,
happens.
great. Chinny's feeling fine. Stu's
Alright.
feeling
I
fine.
thought your
Everybody's
watch-
feeling
I
fine.
thought your watch was just going to say, like, you are dead.
Well, to be fair, if it was going at that sort of pace, I should have been really.
Well.
I don't want to derail the show.
Yeah.
Are you going to
However-
start making us
Well,
talk about video
not that
games?
it's been derailed already.
However, I know we're going to talk about video games that have come out in 2025,
We are.
correct?
That's right. That's what this week is. Looking ahead to the future.
Looking ahead,
I'm
people,
gonna-
we're going
I'm
to
gonna-
inform the listeners what they should be playing.
Yeah, they're going to feel really informed after this episode. Right, so I'm going to propose something. here.
Living for the future.
Oh, you're gonna
What are you going to
propose?
propose?
I'm
Oh,
gonna-
I do. You
I
made me the
do,
happiest
yeah,
podcaster
I
ever.
do.
Oh.
Are you done with your jokes?
Did you get me a
No.
nice ring?
We're just getting
You're
started.
done with your jokes because they're not working out. I can tell you this. All right.
Whatever, man. People on the YouTube stream are like, these are hilarious
Yeah, they're
jokes.
loving it.
James
Loving
Bevan's
it.
like, more jokes, please.
All those Americans
Yeah.
watching on TikTok go, oh no.
Aw, sucks to be you, America.
I'm going to propose that we start with a little bit of news.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness, this is craziness happening here.
Putting news first.
What news do you have in mind, Chinny?
I have 2 bits of news. One that
Two?
that both of you will be like, I don't really care about that, but whatever.
Okay.
All right, well, let us be the judge of that.
And then the other
Yeah.
bit of news.
There's
Stu-
3.
No, there's 2.
Okay, so one of them will be like, meh, and the
Meh.
second one will
Will
be,
be Stu's gonna jizz his pants.
Am
oh
I?
my God!
Do I need to go
Okay,
and
let's
get
hear-
protection? Do I need a condom or something
Yeah,
for
you
this?
will.
How do you not have that ready yet?
I know.
Most weeks, do you not have something ready for when you just
Yeah.
explode
Randomly
your
jizz
crotch?
my pants? I don't
Okay,
know.
so what's the first piece of news there?
First person.
Chinny? Wait, did you just say I went it too much? Is that too much detail that I gave you?
Yeah.
What?
It was a bit
Yeah,
more.
what you were gonna
yes,
say?
Too much. Yes.
Well, because you were the one saying he's going to jizz his pants.
know,
How
that
am I
makes it a bit
going
vulgar.
too
Then
far
I'll
with
stop
it?
there. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Do we have
sorry.
to?
Yeah,
Do we have
okay.
to keep saying jizz my pants at this point?
I
don't-
said explode crotch, so
I don't
that's not
think
on me.
We need to keep.
I was
saying
trying
jizz
to
my
find
pants. But-
creative ways to rephrase it.
Okay, shush. First bit of news.
Okay. Yes.
The,
Okay,
the
okay.
Nintendo have announced the Switch 2.
Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this.
I guess you're right. Who cares?
So do we
I'll tell you,
care?
it's by the way, it's got a
no.
big screen, hasn't it?
Oh, I was
Was it
supposed-
OLED?
I was supposed to
It
record.
also
this
Recording
also.
in
it's double
progress.
Oh, thank God. We're finally recording.
Oh, sorry.
And
Right.
thank
so,
God it's finally OLED.
So, Stu, do you
Uh,
care about Nintendo Switch 2?
No, I don't, because I'll tell you what's going
Excellent.
to happen here.
What
Can I just tell you
insight
what's
you
going to happen?
bring to us?
Can I tell you what's going to happen? Right.
He
So they're
doesn't
going
care,
to.
but he has some opinions about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Right.
you okay? Oh, you broke
can
up a
you
bit
still-
there.
You probably can still hear
Broke
me, but
up.
I can't hear you because I'm having.
Oh,
fucking
snap.
earphones
We
on.
do hear you.
Whatever.
We hear in case whenever you're ready to hear us
hello.
again,
Yeah, so
we
they're
hear
going to
you.
release it, right?
Yes.
And then they're going to launch it with Mario
Yes.
Kart 9, whatever the
Yes,
fuck that's
it is
going to be.
nine.
Sweet. I'm so looking forward to 9.
Right, and they're going to probably release some new Mario game we haven't heard of. Right, that's going to be Super Duper 3D.
They won't release that
Um,
on launch now. That one.
Well, maybe not on launch, but it's coming. It's coming, right?
Yeah,
and
it'll come.
whatever's new Super Fandangle thing, because apparently, get this, you can take a Joy-Con off and use it as a mouse.
Use it as a mouse, yeah.
Use
see?
it as a mouse, man. So you
Yeah.
can use mouse, no keyboard support, but you can use a mouse.
Why do you need a keyboard for a Switch?
Well, but
Why do you need a
because you
mouse
can
for a
use a
Switch?
mouse. Why do you need a fucking mouse? But they're doing it.
You have. Well, I'm saying I don't care about either one of them.
Yeah, so you can use it. What I do like, I'll give
Mm-hmm.
them the way the Joy-Cons attach is pretty slick.
The magnetic
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, the magnetic, but they've also got clips.
Ooh, magnets.
Yeah.
So it's magnets and the clip. So it
Ooh.
clips it once you've magneted it.
What I look forward
clips in.
to with every Nintendo launch or any like hardware launch is like the videos that come out of that how they break and how they have to get discounted
people eating them?
send them back, and yeah. So I look forward to
Yeah.
that.
I'm
I
just
don't-
got a game.
I don't
We
really
haven't
care
had
too
any
much.
specs though, have we? We've no specs,
Well,
so we don't know
I'm
how
guessing.
powerful.
I'm gonna guess it's basically what
You're
we're,
wearing specs.
I'm gonna guess
I
that
am
it's
wearing specs.
basically what we're using now. Do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be
Probably.
an Xbox Series S or a PlayStation 5 sort of.
But she's got a new hat.
Is it going to be that powerful?
I
I'm
think
I'm
so.
not thinking that. I think it's going to be the new. What is that new fucking? Is it Snapdragon or Qualcomm or someone's just brought out some new fancy fandangled gaming chip that the touted's going to be in the next Steam Deck, but it's not been confirmed. You know, and
I think
Valve
it's
have
going to
now
be
gone,
around
No, I'm not.
like not a PlayStation 5 Pro or an Xbox Series X, but I think it's going to be around like an Xbox Series S. So pretty decent. You know, it'll last 1 hour. Everybody will hate it.
Well, it doesn't have to be though, does it? Because ultimately, they're not going to put anything on there that's meant to
Well,
look
yeah, but, like,
photorealistic.
They do though. They like on the Switch, there's like Witcher 3 and things like that. So you think about how far behind that is. Like they'll do that with this. So I think it'll be like maybe like around a Steam Deck. What a Steam Deck is, or a bit better than that at the moment. So
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, it's not
It's an arms
impossible.
race between the Switch and the Steam Deck.
Well, I think they're in a different. They're not in a different race. They're in a
They're
different.
completely different
They're in a different
audiences.
postcode, man. Like,
Yeah, they
shit.
are.
Yeah, but they're both sort of pushing each other to
Yeah.
keep it moving.
I think.
No, they're not. I don't think they are.
think
I don't
Ste-
think
I
they
think
are. No one
Steam
gives a
Deck
shit.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Switch. To be fair.
That's probably
Um,
true.
You know, it's like that's kind of what Nintendo brought to the table. What the weird thing about the announcement of the Switch 2 is that it's everything that everybody asked for, which is very, very unlike Nintendo.
People were asking for a mouse.
No, but everybody was asking for to be faster, to be pretty much the same thing, to have backwards compatibility, to have better Joy-Con integration for a new Mario Kart, which is weird because Nintendo don't like doing what everybody expects. Which, to be fair to Nintendo, by doing everything what everybody expects is the ultimate. Wasn't expecting that, was you? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, but you can only do it once.
Yeah, they only
Next
do it
time
once.
you can't just.
Because usually, like when a new Nintendo console comes out, it's got like a fucking a handle,
Robbie the robot.
a massive dildo sticking out of it, and that's how you play games now. It's a weird like.
I don't remember that.
No, it's
Peripheral.
It was yeah. There's always like a weird gimmick with it.
You
know?
play it with your ass.
Yeah, you know, you've got to twerk.
I ain't trying to play my games with no
to control
deal,
Mario.
no.
So yeah, but it's pretty much like everybody
It's
was
called.
like, yep.
The new gimmick is called peg play. That's what it
Okay,
is.
We're moving on from that.
Can we just say? By the way, have you seen the new big thing with Mario Kart 9?
I thought you were going to say the new big thing with pegging. Then I was like, no, I haven't.
Maybe. New big thing with Mario Kart 9.
Yeah.
26 player multiplayer is going on.
Oh my god!
26 people can
Why
play
not?
at the same time.
Why not?
So they were going for the 100. Because remember everyone did that at one point, but couldn't quite get there.
So okay, that's the first bit of news. We don't really seem to care that much. Fantastic. Glad I brought it up.
Nope.
The next
Yeah.
bit of news is a bunch of people that used to work at CD Projekt Red and Techland.
Go on.
Yeah, got you there, and I bitch.
Eh.
The people that there's Techland, CD Projekt Red, sort of split off from CD Projekt Red about 6-7 years ago, and made their own studio.
Okay.
And made
I'm listening. You've got me listening.
And they've made a little trailer for a video game. See this?
Okay.
Should
All
we get you live?
What's it called?
It's
Yeah, what's it called? I haven't seen
the
this.
name
I
of the
haven't seen it.
game is really dumb. But hey,
That's a weird name for a game.
yeah, it's really
Really dumb, the
it's called
game.
Really dumb. The game. Now I'll put it in the.
Is it called Witch Monster Hunter 2?
You know what? You're not.
That's
far
too close to
off.
Monster
You're
Hunter.
not far off because it's called.
His name is Gary.
It's called The Blood of Dawnwalker, right?
Oh, Blood of Dawn
okay.
Walker.
And if you
That sounds not at all ambiguous and vague and stupid.
and then apparently Dawnwalker is like the series of games they're gonna make. So it's the Blood of Dawnwalker, and then the so and so of Dawnwalker, and
Yeah,
Dawnwalker.
the
Yeah.
soul of Dawn.
Colostomy
Walker
bag
and
of
the-
Dawn
yeah,
Walker.
Yeah. So this is
the blue
So
moon
the guy's
of Dawn
so the guy's name is
Walker.
Don. Then Don Walker.
So but when you watch the trailer, you're like, this sort of looks like The Witcher to me.
Well, of course it does.
It's The Witcher. So yeah, it's all.
Well, let's have a
dark.
look. Let's have a
It's
look. Put it on
exactly
there.
like
Let's have a look at
Stunties.
it.
And the twist is?
It's a much bigger pill.
So they've just released a trailer for this game. It doesn't
Okay,
tell
and
you.
it's going to
too
show
much.
up on our stream any second now.
Has he got two swords though? That's the question.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
When
a
he only
guy-
needs one.
It's a guy
Yeah.
with like long hair with a tied up ponytail. Same
Oh
sort
boy,
of
that's
thing.
pretty similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's all that sort of era. But basically, if you imagine like a Witcher DLC, and
So imagine Geralt was in another game
yeah, with dark hair,
with darker and a bit younger.
a bit younger.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, it looks pretty good. It's got 2.5 million views already. It's released 5 days ago. This trailer, so people are excited about it. Stu, what do you think? You're looking at it now. What do you think?
It looks alright. It looks
Hard to say
alright.
much after 5
It
seconds.
is hard
of
to say much. It's obviously
reveal footage.
It's got that medieval Witcher feel about it, doesn't it? You know
Proto-Europe.
what I mean? Yeah. So I will wait and see. I think is the best course of action. In
So you're not
this
going to get a
sort
day
of
one then, Stu?
situation. I don't know. Do you know? Actually, we'll come to this.
Actually,
We'll come to
oh,
this.
oh,
There may be a game I am going to splash out on day one.
oh, snap! I can't remember the last game I got on day one.
I know it's
No.
going
I
to
mean,
potentially
once
happen.
human, but that doesn't really count.
No,
So
no idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Okay.
is a
So
blonde- there is a
Blood of
blonde
Dawn
guy-
Walker.
There is a blonde. guy
It
with
looks
long
all
hair.
right. It does. It looks pretty brutal. I like that. I like
It's
a
a
bit of
cutscene. You
brutality.
can't tell anything from a cutscene.
It does look brutal.
the
It's just some
brutality.
guy's just had his leg chopped off, and another guy's
Yeah.
been eaten, and there's another guy getting smushed.
Yeah.
again.
And by the way, this dude actually does look like Geralt of Rivia.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Yep.
So
But he's
anyway,
not. His
there you
name
go.
is Fred Bloodwalker.
Blood
The
of
monsters
Cornwall.
look pretty. The monsters look pretty impressive, actually. I like that.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
just trying to chat them up.
I don't know. I don't know. So far, I'm actually, I wasn't that bothered, but the more I've watched the trailer, the more I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it looks pretty
this
good.
is you all over. This is Stu.
This is pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, there's some weird vampire dude who looks like Nosferatu, and I don't know, shit's gone down.
Company's called Rebel Wolves.
Yes, Rebel.
Rebel Wolves.
I like it. I like that.
Wolves.
We were rebels. We split away, and we're now
Yeah.
rebels.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The kingdom is called Vale Sangora, located in the Carpathian Mountains.
Cool.
The protagonist is named Cohen, so he's Jewish. Hey, Gevalt, with all these monsters here, what's going on? Where can I get a nice piece of gefilte fish?
Yeah.
That's. I think.
Yeah.
That's
There's
pretty
a bit
much
of
He
it.
gameplay,
struggles
there's
with
a bit of-
silver
Hello,
poisoning and
hello,
a
am I
vampiric
talking?
All
curse.
right, all right.
I don't know. I hear something, but maybe it's just
right.
the
There's a
mic.
bit of gameplay at the end of the fucking trailer. I'm playing. It
Go
now.
on.
So there
Okay.
is a bit of gameplay.
So in 30 seconds, we'll look back at the screen.
Here we go. and we'll
Meanwhile,
go.
his sickened sister Lanka is a cryptic figure pivotal to the story's
Oh,
exploration
okay,
of
I can
survival,
see
morality, and power.
So there's a bit of gameplay at the end there.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's watch
And then
it.
he hit pause, and
So
now he's
he
going to play.
sort of
it.
like
Okay.
he sort of slides down a building, slashes a few people.
Yeah. Oh, and now it's morning.
I'll tell you
Here
what. It
comes
doesn't
the
get. There's not a lot of gameplay.
Dragon
Is there?
thing.
What the fuck do you want, man?
Oh, pretty more than
We want
2
an hour of
seconds, and then a
gameplay.
cut to another
Never
big
happy.
2 seconds, and then
Never
like
happy.
stood on top of a mountain. Where the
Such a
fuck's the
baby.
Ooh,
gameplay?
what about
Such a baby.
Brensis,
Is
the
that literally
primary
all he's
antagonist
got?
in the
Is
game?
that all he had?
It's a fucking like 4-minute trailer, man.
Well, they could
He's
have
an
had
ancient
2
and
minutes of
formidable
gameplay then,
vampire.
couldn't
I
they?
love how it's a formidable vampire. It'd be funny if the primary antagonist was not formidable. You could beat him in 5 seconds. He's
Jesus
the main
Christ.
antagonist.
Yes, Millhouse. I am with you. I also hope there's no
Millhouse?
Gwent.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Everything's coming up.
And I'll tell you what,
Millhouse.
I hope there's no fucking building or crafting. Well, there'll be crafting.
Oh, it's got to be
there'll
crafted, man.
But no base building or like, oh, we've got to
Yeah,
fucking
base building, please and
make
thank
a
you.
house.
There's
or
no
something.
there's no
Oh yeah, I want
there's
to
no
make a
base
house.
building in Witcher 3.
Yeah, no, but this isn't Witcher 3. There might be. They
Yeah,
might
see, this is
go,
a different market they're in.
Everybody's
now, Chinny. You gotta
everybody
appeal
wants
to people.
to build their own
Yeah,
house
everybody
and
wants to craft their own
shit
swords and
and-
build their own
yeah,
house.
do some
Yeah.
fucking decorations in it. And
That sounds
books
great.
And chairs
Yes,
and
please.
things.
Oh yeah,
I-
chairs. Cool.
I'm really sorry that I brought news to you.
No, it's good. We appreciate it. It's now on our radar. We have a release date.
Yeah, when's this coming out?
Mm,
Is that this year?
No.
It was
Is it in the
announced
next 2
January
months?
No one knows.
25.
No one knows.
It's
Okay.
coming out at some point. It's
I know.
up.
Eh,
It's
Some-
upcoming.
2027,
The
I'm going to
future,
guess.
The future. It's coming out in the future.
Yeah.
2027.
TBD, whatever the.
Let's get on
Another
with
2
this
years.
show
All right,
2
this is
years.
the year in preview. A couple weeks ago, we had the year in review 2024. Now we're going to look ahead to 2025. What does it hold in store? Ooh. We got a big old list from Game Rant right here with 7,000 games on it. And
It
we're going
does.
to rant about them.
And he says coming out in 2025, but no date means that most of those will not be coming out in 2025.
Never know.
As we know. No, come on, man. We
We got
know
stuff for the
better.
first 6 months, and then
We
we got
know
something for
better.
October, and then we got a whole bunch of stuff that's like TBA, but maybe 2025, but probably not. Yeah, I agree with you, Stu. It's probably not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
So let's get to
enough.
it. What's the first one we're so excited about? Is there anything in January that people are
Come
stoked
on.
for?
So you two, you go. One of you go first. So what are you excited about? Come on. Tell me. Give it to me now. Give it to me.
Bright Memory Infinite's coming out on mobile. I never played
Mobile.
the full thing anyway.
Mobile. No,
Yeah,
I didn't. You
no.
know, I bought it. I really liked the demo.
Yeah, because we
Demo
played the
was
demo
amazing.
and it was
We
great.
did. Love the demo.
And then we were like, man,
Then it came out, and I got the full game because you got a free upgrade, didn't you? If you'd bought the
yeah, that's
prologue
right.
thing.
Yeah,
And it were all right, but it got a bit tedious. So,
yeah.
but it's coming to mobiles. I don't know what mobiles it's coming to, but that Apple Store or something.
I'm
I
not
don't
going
know.
near it. I'm also not going near Star Wars Hunters, which is a shame because I want to play Outlaws, but I'm waiting for it to get cheap.
Yeah, what the hell? Does anyone know what the hell is Star Wars Hunters?
It's like PvP arena style. It's probably trying to be like the Marvel Rivals game.
But there's also this other weird Star Wars game, isn't there? There's this
What?
like Star
Oh,
Wars
episode 1,
episode 1 thing.
Jedi Power Battle.
Some remake or something. so I don't even
Yeah,
know
well,
what that is.
episode 1. Hey, if it's got episode 1 on it, yeah, let's not.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
just
a,
forget
it's a
about it.
remake of a very old game.
Yeah, believe
Yeah.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got Mace Windu.
The only thing really in January that I'm like, well, maybe is Sniper Elite Resistance.
Yeah,
Is that going to be different from any of the other
Ah,
ones?
No,
don't
and
know.
that's why I like them.
I've
Okay,
played a
fair
few
enough.
sniper games. I've never ever finished them because
Says
I
the
don't
man
finish
who
many games.
Sorry, I'm picking on Duke here, Stu. Says that he's like, all right, fair enough. Says the man who plays every fucking MMO and they're all the same.
That's true. That's absolutely
Of course.
true.
Yeah. Well, it's a fair question. It's going to be different. No. I
And-
hope it's not.
And every crafting game that looks remotely a tiny little bit like Minecraft.
Yeah, but I play the demos for
Or
those. That's the
Stardew
thing,
Valley.
man. Is there-
Stardew
yeah.
Valley.
Hey, you play Stardew Valley. You can't take a piss.
I know, but I'm just saying, you play every other game that looks
Yeah,
like
but it's not
Stardew
like
Valley.
I
It
get
isn't
done
Stardew
with.
Valley.
It's not like I get done with New World and then just like finish all the DLC and then go, all right, I'm gonna start a new character all over again the next day.
No, you never ever do that.
I totally did that this week.
Of course you totally did.
Yeah, I did.
Jesus Christ.
But the difference is I'm using a bow this time, not just the sword. I'm a sword and bow now. But I'm not talking about that. Virtua Fighter 5.
I was going to say, these Sniper Elite games, they're fun, though. They're fun.
Yeah.
They are fun. They are fun. I stupidly bought the Sniper Elite VR game, thinking, how cool is that gonna be? Because like I can shoot people in VR and watch it bullet go like right in the balls,
Yeah.
up close and personal, like right in front of my eyes and all that
Yeah.
shit. And it was proper janky. It just didn't work very well.
Mhm.
I see what they were going for, but yeah, it didn't work very well. It looked all right. I mean, for a VR game, it was fine, but I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this now, and this game could have come out 5-10 years ago, and I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. It looks very basic.
So
Shinny's very invested in this. So
you're-
what? Shut up.
You're playing a Stardew Valley, which looks like it came out fucking 20 years ago.
By the way, that game, this
20
this
to 30
game,
years ago.
Because it's about the gameplay. What is the gameplay in this
So
going to be more
I
than
think,
just shoot people
I think
in
the
the nuts?
graphics were better
But
in the
what's-
VR version, to be
What's
honest.
wrong with the fucking shooting people in the nuts? What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm
Nothing,
just
nothing.
saying.
It's all right. You
You
wanna
can't,
shoot
can't
people in the
craft your
nuts
own fences.
Or lungs, or
Stardew
whatever.
Valley has crafting of fences.
Yeah, it does.
So Stu just said something and he thinks that he got away with it. So I'm just going to...
Oh, no, he
So
did.
he says,
wow.
oh, the graphics are probably just as good or
Better
even
in the
better in
VR version.
I say it looks better in the VR version.
Looking at the
probably,
VR version right now, and it looks like absolute dog shit.
It didn't. It looked just the same as Resistance.
Terrible.
In fact, it looks slightly better.
No, it doesn't.
I can't remember. It's that long since I played it. I have no idea.
No.
It's a long time since I played it.
So I'm looking at Eternal Strands, which is a RPG action combat game, ARPG, and it could be good. I don't know. It's got nice looking graphics, it's big monsters that you're fighting, sweeping landscapes, some customization of characters maybe. But it's so hard to tell. You know what I mean? Like you're cutting down trees, you're climbing up cliffs. I'm curious.
Oh God, is it another crafting, chop down trees, build
like
shit?
a
Well, that's part of it.
It looks like a JRPG, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's hard to tell what it's gonna have.
We've found the game for Duke this year already.
Hey.
It's got what
But
he wants.
it's also got magic and this and that. And hurl burning tree trunks at enemies with telekinetic powers. Snap nearby trees to block opposing fire. I don't know that you're cutting stuff down in order to craft.
No,
I
it's
think
just
it's
as a
like just
defense.
using it to fling at people. Never mind. I don't want to play it anymore.
Oh,
What about? I haven't played one of these games for a long time. I only played the first one actually, which is Orcs Must Die. Remember these games?
Yeah.
oh yeah, God, that's
One or
so
two
long
of them, they're
ago.
okay.
I like the first one.
Is this new one Death Trap going to be? What's different about this new one?
She's got a new hat, I think.
New hat. Oh, that makes it all the
chaotic
all the
third-person combat with
better.
devious trap-laying strategy. Enjoy endless replayability as your war mage grows stronger with every battle. I mean, it's a horde mode. It's this one looks more outdoor. I think the first two were probably inside mostly
Yeah, I
in
remember
dungeons
that,
and
yeah.
stuff.
You got
This is a
different-
big world. It looks like
you got different
purple
classes
trees
as well, so you're not just like
Yeah.
the normal dudes. You got different types.
Right. Yeah, and that's fine. I don't know. It's a tower defense meets RPG type of thing, right? Which is fine. I've just tower defense has never really been my jam.
Yeah, good games have never been your
Good games are never yours.
Now here's the
Jan.
question: can you craft your own traps? Because if you can craft them, like chop down trees and craft your own traps, ooh, now we're talking.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, January to me doesn't look exciting.
No, there's not a lot in January, is there really?
Let me just have a quick look at what Star Wars.
Ooh, they're re-releasing Final Fantasy VII again, Part 17, maybe something. I don't know.
I don't know.
So I'm just looking at what Star Wars Hunters is, and it looks like it's exactly right. It looks like it's a Marvel Rivals sort of thing.
Yeah.
It looks exactly that actually. Yeah, squad up and jump in. Yeah. This is Marvel Rivals. So yeah.
But Star Wars.
What's more obvious as well these days is like sometimes like the biggest and most popular games aren't always the games that the industry seems to care about. Do you know what I mean? Like you could argue that Marvel Rivals is probably like the hot shit right now. And would anybody put that on their #1 game of the year from last year? Or do you know what I mean? Like it's we're in this sort of weird space where like these games like do the job and everybody's playing them, but they're not always the game of the year. You know, it's such a weird thing.
Well, and it depends on what you mean by everybody as well, because there's certainly a loud, cantankerous group of people playing Marvel Rivals because they're like, Overwatch, fuck you, I'm gonna play Marvel Rivals instead. And,
well, Overwatch is 10 years old, to be fair. So.
Well, no, but Overwatch 2 came out recently, and so they're switching from that.
It must be a remaster or something. Is it a remaster? I don't know. Like it's
Overwatch 2. I thought it was a proper
Star
new
Wars
game.
Hunters. It seems.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It seems like it's doing. It's whether you're a seasoned mobile gamer or Nintendo Switch player. I don't know. It was doing some sort of like screen swipes where it was like, oh, this is what it looks like now.
I got you.
Which is barely any different to what it looked like before.
There was like 3 clumps of grass, and I was like, all right, okay, cool.
Ooh, 3 clumps.
So January.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is that old. Looking at it.
Scrolled the video. Little chinny thing. Yeah, there you
go. But January, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. There's a game coming out in January. I am probably going to buy day one.
Oh.
And Chinny's going to be very happy about that.
What is it?
Come on.
Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Have you not seen what's coming out in January?
Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Is it
it's not a new game. It's not a new game. It's not a new
Marvel
game.
Spider-Man 2.
There you go. So Spider-Man 2 is coming to PC.
Yes.
But if it follows,
according to we do have American listeners, so I want to just explain to them that we have a thing called TikTok in the UK. And
what is that? That sounds awesome.
Don't worry about it. And we've got a TikTok video of you complaining about, you complaining about other people complaining about that it's controversial because it's too short and not worth the money.
No. I was just saying other people were saying that.
I said you were complaining about other people complaining.
Yeah. But I listened to my show co-host.
Oh, I see.
Who said it was amazing. So I'm going to go off his opinion on this.
Are you going to get it day one though? Like how
I
soon
feel
are you
like I've got to now. Wow. I feel like I've got to.
Wow.
Only
30th.
there is a proviso.
11 days away.
There is a proviso. Only if it works on Steam Deck.
Oh no, it won't.
But to be fair, every other Sony game so far has been optimized for Steam Deck, so there's no reason.
Because I remember you playing Miles Morales on the Steam Deck, and you were like,
I did.
It's fine, but I can't remember the controls because all the controls are all over the place.
But that was because it was the Epic Game Store's version.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if it's Steam Deck, it'll be verified in the.
So he's not going to buy the wrong one this time.
Yeah, I won't buy the cheapo.
Well, I hope you buy it.
Epic Game Store.
Awesome.
I'm sure it will be because you said it is.
It is awesome.
And if not,
we are now.
You can pay for it. There you go.
No, tough titties. Tough titties.
This man does not speak for us. That's 1/12 of the year done.
Woo!
Right.
All right.
Fab.
Took us 30 minutes.
Fab.
Midnight Murder Club. What the fuck is that?
Oh, Midnight Murder Club looks pretty
okay.
cool.
That
looks pretty cool.
What is it?
It's a bit of a sort of hunt each other down in this
hilarious multiplayer FPS. No, I'm good.
Yeah. So you've got to kill each other. So it's last man standing, from what I can gather. So
it's very dark. These screenshots are really dark. I'm like,
it's a bit deathmatchy.
I want to use more of my screen than this. One of these screenshots is just black. It's just a black screen. What the fuck?
It's black. Fade to black.
It's like Spinal Tap the game. It's like, how much more black could it be? You know, and the answer is none more black.
But yeah, it did look a bit. It looks a bit weird. It looks interesting, but
weird. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I recently tried the first one, like for real. That game's so hard. I don't know if this one will be easier, but if it is, I don't know. I'll see what people say. I'm not gonna get it day one.
I'm not bothered about it really. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I
Well,
really don't care.
Ooh, there was an LGBTQ scene controversy.
Of course there is.
Of course there is.
Of
Every
course
game
there
has
is.
one of those these
Yes.
days.
Right.
Well, that was good. I loaded up Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on the thing. And we stopped
Yeah, no,
talking
he's
about
he's
it.
That's the
talking
thing.
about that quick. This
It looks good. The
Woo,
first one looked
woo,
good.
woo,
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Stu,
I
you
mean, you know-
highlighted, Stu, have you highlighted Tomb Raider 456 remastered?
I did. I thought we should talk a little bit about this because I did.
Because
I'm trying to remember. I
Tomb
have
Raider
played
4,
one
5,
of
6
these.
Remastered are bad games.
Yeah, yeah, but they've been remastered, so maybe they're just pretty bad games.
Bad
Well,
games.
it's still bad, but looking better.
Still
when they're
bad, but they look better.
Because
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, good games. Good games.
Well, I think that's sort of debatable
Good
because they're old
games.
now, aren't they? They're old.
Well, they're old, but they're good.
They're old.
So
Goodies but oldies.
have you played the remastered of the Tomb Raider games?
I haven't played any of those because I was like, "Eh."
So
Nah.
why have you highlighted this? Are you
Well, I
going to
thought
play
we should
4,
at least
5, 6
talk
before
about
1,
it.
2, 3?
No, I'm not going to play any of them. But I feel like we should talk about
We should
it.
talk about why we're
because
not going to play them.
Okay.
It's Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the names of the Tomb Raider games were. I think there was a Tomb Raider
4, 5, 6.
No,
I
no,
feel
no.
like I played at least one of these, I think, and potentially finished it. I can't remember which one it was.
There was
though.
a Tomb Raider 4 because I remember getting it when it came.
Last Revelation,
out.
I feel like that's the one I might have played.
Chronicles,
Yeah.
and the Angel of Darkness.
Yeah.
I think that's 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Angel of Darkness was bad. Bad. Chronicles, I don't know much about. I don't know anything about. Chronicles.
What made Angel of Darkness worse than other Tomb Raider games?
You know what? I just remember it coming out and I was all about Tomb Raider, and
Yeah.
I remember just everybody battering it in the magazines that I used to like read and stuff. It says on Wiki, mixed to average reviews, praise the storyline, lot of bugs, poor controls,
Yeah.
bad combat, bad camera.
Yeah.
But some people still rated it quite high. So I don't know. Maybe Stu's onto something. Maybe there is something to look. Because I'm a big Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 fan, and I haven't played those
Yeah.
remasters. But maybe this is an opportunity for me to go to 4, 5, and 6.
Maybe it's the time to do it now.
Maybe it's the time to do it.
Anyway,
be.
next on
All right.
Feb.
Avowed.
Avowed. Thank you very much.
Avowed is the
Avowed.
one. This is Obsidian, who made New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas, and they made Pillars of Eternity, which wasn't a masterpiece because it is isometric and old school and very difficult. But I'm keen to see what they do with the Skyrim approach. First person, huge world, very pretty. Swords and orcs and elves and wizards and shit. And I'm not gonna get it day one, but I'm gonna be curious to see what people say about it. Cause maybe
It's on
I
Game
don't know.
Pass.
It's
It'll
been
be
a
on
while
Game
since
Pass
we.
too.
Is it? Oh shit! Well, shit, yeah. Then I'll play it day one.
Because they Microsoft own these people now.
Oh, sweet. There is a benefit to massive monopolies that have no competitors.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
look, I'm a big fan of their business model, which is basically let's just copy Bethesda, right?
Well, yeah.
I like that, right? And I
Oh,
think
sure.
this studio have done really, really well because they used to be about 15 years ago kind of like a B tier, like just give them that. You know what I mean? Just give them that,
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
And then they really like done themselves when they did Fallout New Vegas, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, you know what, this studio can make a game, and they can put a twist on something that we love and make it
Yeah.
different and better. And I
True.
really liked the Outer Worlds, and I think people shit on the Outer Worlds because it just felt like a Fallout, but from Wish.com or Temu. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a Shein
Yeah.
version of Fallout, and I'm like, yeah, but that's fine. Like sometimes
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you don't always have to go to Sainsbury's.
do what they needed to
Sometimes
do.
you can buy stuff from Lidl, Stu. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You know,
It is
you know what
true.
else
It
they
is
did?
true. But I'm going to say something now because you're saying you don't do anything
Okay.
original and you just copy shit off other people and then
I
just
didn't
make it
say all
slightly
that.
different.
No,
or better.
but I say their business model at the moment is let's do a Fallout clone, let's
No,
do a Skyrim.
Not all
clone.
of
Yeah,
it.
no, well,
There's
it
a
isn't.
game that's outside that purview.
which
Go
I
ahead,
am,
Stu.
which
was
I
gonna
am
say
playing
it.
a hell of a lot.
Jason Gallagher.
Yeah, Pentiment people is
Pentiment.
made by Obsidian.
Well, I don't want to talk
Grounded.
And he doesn't resemble any other game you could
No,
ever
that's fine.
imagine.
What is Grounded copying? Oh wait,
That's fine, but what I'm talking about is like this develop. We're in
a lot of their games do follow that model.
We're in a
Yeah,
stage
they
where
do.
game development at the moment is taking about 6 to 8 years to release a fucking game, right?
Yes.
And nothing really original is coming out because everybody's playing it safe because it costs so much
Yes.
to make a game.
Apart from Pentiment, by the way.
No,
which
no, no.
does not play
You're not
safe
letting me
at all.
finish, Stu. You're not letting me finish. I'm building up to something. Let me finish.
Okay.
But these guys have worked out a way to go, let's make safe decisions, i.e. a Fallout, a Skyrim clone, right, a Fallout clone, and then let's, on the side, work on something that is completely different and which might not make a lot of money. It might make a lot of money, but it's just something different. So they've worked out this like business, and they're making these games and they're releasing within 3-4 years instead of 8 years. So
Yeah.
I much
to be
And
fair,
let's not
I
forget.
would much
Let's not forget
prefer-
Alpha Protocol.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is though is like these games are so vast, like Fallout and the new
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls is going to be so huge, so detailed. I'm like, you know what? I want more studios just doing less, but it's still.
Wow, we'd certainly
quality
rather
stuff.
get a goddamn game
Yeah,
eventually.
less is
rather
more.
Than,
Less
oh,
is
we're
more,
gonna-
man.
Putting out a game is more. I
Like,
mean,
but
even if it
Everything
you
doesn't
keep
have to
promising
take.
7 million billion things.
I played Fallout
you never
3
come out with it.
for like 180 hours, and I played Fallout
Yeah.
4 for 100 hours. But not every game has to take like 100 hours. Like they can
Yeah, it's
make a
true.
game that takes 30 hours, 20 hours, and you're like, okay, I'm done. That's good.
Yeah.
And obviously they got that Game Pass money coming in.
Yeah.
So
By the way, Mass Effect, anyone that took about 30 hours in it was perfect.
yeah, but
Sure.
these days it's just like if you got to make a AAA, quadruple A game. It's got to be huge and it's got to be massive, and the world, the open area is just massive and everything's massive, and you know what? We just don't need it. Don't
No.
need it.
To be fair, by the way, I was going to say, I honestly feel like Pentiment was someone's passion project. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like,
It's probably like a few.
I've
guys
always
go,
wanted to
"I wanna
make
a
this
game like
medieval
But
game.
they
that
can't-
This
looks
is
like
cute.
a book.
It's
Yeah.
listed on Wikipedia as an adventure game.
What, Avowed or Pentiment?
No, Pentiment.
I do you know. I was,
It's
do you know,
not an
it's-
adventure game.
I was trying to think about this the other day. I
No.
don't. No,
No.
only I don't know how you would classify it.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but it's not an adventure game. I know how I
no,
wouldn't
no,
classify it.
no, no, no. I'm just saying. I would have a difficult. I was thinking about it the other day. Like, how do you classify? It's
Yes.
not. It's definitely not an RPG.
Right.
It's kind of like a walking simulator,
Sort of a text-based
but
story
it's kind of
game.
like a book as well, like a visual
Yeah,
novel, I guess.
exactly.
It's so
Yeah.
hard to classify because there's not really
it
any
is.
gameplay apart from talking to people.
Yeah.
But it's not a visual novel because there's more decision-based stuff that you don't do in a lot of visual novels.
Correct.
But it's not really a walking simulator because
Right.
it's not like
Okay, this
so
we
weird.
got to move on. We're not talking about Pentiment too much this week, but
No, I'm just
yes.
saying though. Yeah,
This
it's,
isn't
So
a
Avowed-
podcast.
we're looking. I brought it up.
Yeah,
although
it's your
Stu was also
fault.
about to bring it up. Yes.
Yeah, I was, to
but
be
Avowed
fair.
does look good, and that's certainly the game that we're most eager for in February.
Oh.
Never mind, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in
Yeah,
Hawaii.
I know. Yeah, a lot of people.
yeah.
Sorry,
Can
Antonio.
we just talk
you
about?
love
like,
that. Look,
I love
Yakuza.
Yakuza
Yeah.
games and I love Like a Dragon,
Them.
but what the fuck is this? It's a pirate.
Well, you can't say that about
Yakuza
Yakuza though,
game.
because that's every Yakuza game. What the fuck is
Well,
this?
it's not
I know,
every
I know.
Yakuza
Look,
game.
Oh, it's every game. Come on.
This, can I just say, this is the biggest departure they've
Yeah,
done,
no,
really,
this is
for
different,
me.
like,
Yes,
this is
fair enough.
Since-
This is next level. What the
since-
fuck?
Since they did like a Dead Rising version of Yakuza where everyone was
Sure.
zombies.
Yes.
But this is a whole other level of craziness. It's just
Yes.
Like,
what the
I know.
What
I
the
was
fuck?
just talking about like developers need to work out a formula where they make games more often.
Yeah.
Like I think every developer just
Yakuza needs to make them less often.
like every developer needs to look at what the hell these guys are doing because they're
Yeah,
knocking
really.
out games every year,
Yeah, they are.
I don't know how they do it.
How are they doing this? What is the secret formula
And
to
not
this?
only are they knocking it, like they're not my type of games, but like people love them as well. They seem to get better and better.
I mean, did it? Like, I'm going to say something a bit controversial here, but did they have like Chinese game developer type sweatshops in Japan? I mean, what?
Maybe.
What is
Well,
going
we know that
on
the
here?
corporate culture in Japan is very much one of devotion and like you give yourself to the company. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
but how many people
they
must
also
be
just might have a
working
whole
on
lot of
these
studios to
games?
have. You have 7 studios working on shit, and you rotate between them, and you can come out with them very quickly.
I mean, it looks interesting. It just looks crazy. It's like
It looks crazy.
It's like they went, like Ubisoft did that Black Flag that everyone's like, this is shit.
Yeah.
It's like they went, they did a shit job of that. Let's do a good one. Let's do a where you can be a pirate, but also a Yakuza at the same time.
Yeah.
And you can like hit someone around the head with a cannon.
See, I know that I won't like this because I tried to play Yakuza 0, right? And I couldn't stand how long the cutscenes were. They just go on forever and ever and ever. This is the trailer, and it's 7 minutes long. It's 7 minutes.
Of course it is.
It's just so
They want you
long.
to know. They want
You
you
know
to
what's
know.
coming.
Like,
how good this game's gonna be.
they just go on for. But I hear people talking about Yakuza games, and they go, "Oh, it's my favorite game of the year. I love it. Then it's so funny and interesting and
Listen to
different."
Antonio recently.
And it's just look. I'm really happy that like they're knocking out games quick, and I wish more developers would knock them out as quick as this. But these are not my type of games. Really, there's just something about the way they tell stories I just find really boring.
Very long cutscenes.
Irritating.
And the things that make people laugh and think is really quirky, I find it really like dumb, and I just can't buy into it. I don't know what it is. I just don't. It doesn't get buy-in from me.
You just hate Japanese people.
No. No.
Name me one Japanese game you love.
Mario.
I can actually
Okay,
think
fair
of
enough.
one. I can think of one that he loves.
Every Mario game.
Yeah, every Mario game. I have nowhere to go with this ridiculous accusation of mine.
No, what was that game where you slid on your knees? You like that? What was that?
Vanquish. Oh yeah, that's true.
And that's not Switch or Nintendo related.
I think what Duke was trying to ask is like name a game that has a very Japanese
takes place in
influence.
modern day Japan. Yeah.
And like it has like all the Japanese tropes.
That's a very generous read of it. I was just trying to stir up
You're
shit.
trying to corner me into being a racist again.
I have a student who is just obsessed with Monster Hunter, and she's like, "You think you'll ever play Monster Hunter?" I'm like, "I don't know, maybe." She's like, "There's gonna be a beta soon. You could sign up for it." I'm like, "Maybe I'll."
Somebody I work with, somebody I work with, she is obsessed with Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And I
That's
said,
cool.
I was moaning in the office the other day. I was like, this year looks fucking shit for games. Right? And I was looking at January,
Monster
February,
Hunter!
and she was like, and then very quietly she was like, Monster Hunter's out in February. I was like, oh yeah. So I
You're
know
talking
like
about
it.
my best
She
friend.
said, you should try it. You should try it. I was like, oh, I don't think I will. And it looks good. Like it looks good. Like I'll look at it and I'm like, yeah, it looks really good. Like it looks like an actual game. Like
The thing for me in it, it's like it feels like there's so much work to. It's like it's all boss fights.
A lot of work.
Like I mean, it's not work.
I don't
but
want
like
work in my games. I want everybody just to fall over when I point a gun at them.
God, let me know when you're done with your little jokes.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
No, but it's just you know what I mean. Like again, I don't want to keep going on about it, but New World, like each monster you fight is like it's gonna be about a 30-second fight, and these Monster Hunter games, they're like. You're building it. You're getting materials. You're gonna have to tie down its leg. You gotta get the right weapons. You gotta get like this. You gotta make sure you watch it for 20 minutes to see how it moves, and it's just it just feels exhausting. I don't
Tactical,
know. Maybe that's
man.
not
It's all
fair
that.
because I haven't. It is tactical, and
It's
I
all
don't
about
want
tactics,
tactical.
tic tacs. It's all about your tic tacs, man.
Weren't we just talking about orcs must die? That's tactics.
There you go.
But again, maybe that's not fair. Maybe if someone gifted me a Monster Hunter game, I would fall in love with it. Who
Look,
knows?
it's not for you. You're never gonna
It's
fall
probably
in love
not
with
for
it.
me.
It's not for you.
Yeah. But I like to give things a try before I condemn them.
Equally though, I can fully expect in a year's time Duke to be like, yeah, I'm playing Monster Hunter, and it's the 7th
This game
month
is
in a row
amazing.
that he's
I've
played it.
played
I got something new to say.
1,700 hours.
Yeah.
I got a new hat.
I would be like, in a year's time, I'll be like, can you stop talking about Monster Hunter, please?
But I just went back and started the first one, though. All right, anything else from February? PGA Tour 2K 25723.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about that.
Okay.
But there is
Date
something.
everything?
No, whoa. What are you talking, man? Feb
Date
18.
everything?
Feb 8, Feb
What?
18.
What?
Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
What is it?
It's a
Is that
new,
like a bloomin' onion?
No, it's a new game from Don't Nod.
And Don't Nod is is this the
Life is Strange, all
Life
that
is
kind
Strange
of
people? Yeah, okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm way behind with them, so I probably should play them, but I'm not going to.
But to be fair, they've like palmed off a lot of the like sequels and other stuff that's come from them. So they've got
Yeah.
other studios doing it. But this is
Yeah.
back to Don't Nod. It looks interesting. So you're
Yeah.
kind of playing in two separate time zones at the same time. And you've got to figure out the story from the two different time zones, basically. So you're in 1995.
Again, sounds like so much work.
Yeah, 1995 and 2022.
Okay.
Which each timeline offering a bigger piece to the puzzle and life-changing secrets to uncover back then and why they're reuniting after all these years. So it's like
Okay.
four girls who've sort of... It sounds a little bit like It, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
Not like It in like the whole story, but like some big life-changing thing happened to them in 1995 and then they
Right.
get back together in 2022.
Or like Sleepers. That was a similar
Oh,
premise for
Sleepers, yeah. So it's that kind of story. So
Yeah.
I'm
Or Texas Chainsaw
interested.
Massacre.
I'm interested. I wasn't that bothered about the last Life is Strange game.
Yeah.
But it seems a bit more original and a bit more interesting. So I may.
I mean, it
I may
kind of
play it.
feels like so many of their games have a similar build up, and then it's like you know it's going to have like an emotional payoff, and it might, but it also feels
Yeah.
like is diminishing returns. It feels like for these games, like by necessity, just because there's only so many times you can watch these people have their whole future ahead of them, and then something happens, and it's like I got to find out how to deal. I don't know.
And you know that they're gonna tap into whatever was popular music in 1995, so there's gonna be a bit of nostalgia
yeah.
there for people. So I don't know. I'm interested. I am interested because I've not been that bothered about the games for a bit now. So we'll see.
But their good stuff has been very good, so you know they could always come back with something impressive.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, so we're into March, aren't we?
Yeah.
So,
Killing Floor 3.
Yeah, no one knows. He's saying March, but there's no definitive release
Yeah.
date for it.
March question mark.
March question mark. I played. I think it was the original Killing Floor or Killing Floor 2, which is all right. I mean, it's sort
Yeah,
of
it's
kind
alright.
of like.
Wasn't Killing Floor 1 the original Killing Floor?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said I played
No,
the
I played.
original.
Well, no, I've played
Killing
that either
Floor
Killing
2.
Floor or Killing Floor 2. I said I
Oh,
wasn't
right.
sure which. I
Okay.
wasn't
I'm
sure
just
which.
thinking,
All
okay.
right.
Yes.
Jesus.
What is it? What kind of game is it?
It's like Left 4 Dead.
It's
so
a horde mode.
Yeah, so it's like a horde mode, Left 4 Dead type thing. Objectives,
just
moving
endless
from
waves of
area to
monsters.
area.
Or as I call it,
Yeah.
an Orcs Must Die like.
Yeah, except there's
I
no
guess
traps
it-
for you to set.
Right.
You
There's
don't have
no
to think about
traps.
anything. You just shoot everything that moves,
Yeah, you just
basically.
blow the shit
At least
up.
that's the first two, yeah.
Yeah, you shoot, and it's brutal.
And they were cheap.
it's
I remember they were
gory.
cheap. The original two were pretty cheap, and I remember getting two for like $5. And it was 2 years later or something. But also, I'm pretty sure they don't really bother with a story or nothing. So
Right.
at least the first two, I don't remember
I
having
imagine if
much
you're
of a
getting
story,
Bum rushed by
which means it's going to
aliens,
be cheaper.
I don't think you're interested in the current situation.
But which company unleashed these aliens,
Yeah,
though?
you're like, I don't really care right now. I've got a bigger problem.
Yeah, see, right now, Killing Floor 2 is $6 on Steam. So, like, come on,
Yeah, they are cheap. They are
$6 is
cheap.
nothing.
Cheap
Yeah.
as chips.
So if this is cheap, give me a demo. Let's see.
Apparently,
I like how they go-
Can I just say it's Megacorp Horzine who's produced the
Oh.
Ultimate Army,
Here comes
an
Horizon.
obedient horde of bioengineered monstrosities called Zeds.
Yes.
Why is it never like just random aliens that invade?
Now-
It's always
Because-
like made by the corporate.
Yeah,
company.
now only
Yeah.
the rebel group Nightfall stands between these infernal creations and the future of humanity.
'Cause-
dear.
Watani Ulei, whatever it's called, the one from Aliens, became the big bad guy in every movie and every story.
So it's that
Same basic
Megacorp,
premise.
man. They're a
Ooh.
pain in the arse.
Check out the entire Killing Floor collection on Steam. You mean the other two games?
Yeah, the other two games.
Check out the entire collection.
Wow.
There's nothing to check out.
Yeah, the collection of 2 games.
Right, yeah, exactly. All right, Split Fiction then, is that the next one we're talking about?
Yes, Split.
Wow.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Fiction.
This is from the people who made It Takes Two.
It is, and A Way Out Wow.
Yes.
And Brothers
Haze
A
Light
Tale
Studios.
of Two Sons all that time ago.
Come a long way since Brothers.
Although Brothers is a fucking amazing game still.
It's a great
although
game.
although the remake didn't get a lot of props because it was like they tried to make it co-op and it was never built to be co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably be good, is what I'll say about
Well,
Split Fiction. But like this is. It's they know how to make a game and they know how to like vary up the gameplay and it was always fun. Like every moment of It Takes Two was good fun.
I think what It Takes Two, they almost got, and I said this at the time when we talked about it, they got that almost Nintendo-ness about it, where they kept bringing up these amazing like gameplay ideas and just discarded it for the next thing that they came up with.
Yeah. And my only worry about this is like it's taking itself a bit serious, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look as cartoony. It doesn't look as.
But it does look impressive
silly.
in terms of the variety of like science fiction and fantasy elements that they're bringing in.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I do. But
there's a part
I
where there's
feel
just
like
hot dogs rolling on the grill.
it doesn't I can't think what his name is now. The guy who runs Haze Light Studios, but
Joseph Ferris or something.
Joseph, something like that. But he must just have a brain full of ideas, that just keep popping out, and it's like, oh, what we should do? Should do this. Oh, we should do this.
Or it could be there's a team, and he's like, I want better ideas.
I don't know.
I'm going to rename the studio to X.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like that's sinking.
Totally.
We're watching the documentary about Saturday Night Live, and like it's just such an interesting process of how they go about auditioning and the writing and all. It's just fascinating.
I hope.
Anyway, talk about pressure
I
coming
very
up with
much
ideas.
hope that he does the same thing with this, where he releases a game, and a friend can download it and play it for free if you bought a copy, rather than making people buy 2 copies, because he's never done that before.
That is happening, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, he should do, and I think it's such a brilliant model.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's such an amazing model because these games have to be played in co-op. There's none of these games that you can play just.
Well, I think that's what justifies it, isn't it? That's how.
Yeah.
That you can't play these games on your own, so that's how he pitches it. Is like, look, like I'm making a game that no one else is doing.
I'm very excited.
You've got to be able to let them play for free with someone else. And
what's the release date, by the way, for this?
It's March 6th.
It's not that far, is it? It's not long to wait.
No.
Month and a half.
I'm very excited because these games I play with Millie. So these are mine and Millie's, because she doesn't play video games barely at all.
Yeah.
And the only games she's ever played are these types of games with me. So she played A Way Out with me.
Play it with you.
It Takes Two. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that we play this together. I'd be quite sad if she doesn't want to do it.
Nah, she'll be like, nah, Dad.
Come on, Millie.
I know she might do.
Nah, Dad.
I think she'll be up for it though, because she loves them. She absolutely, considering she's not really a gamer, she give one of these games and she absolutely loves it.
Dad, I'm 38.
I know, yeah. 38.
No.
You see, it's like that's the other thing with the Joseph, whatever his name is, in Haze Light Studios. It's the only time we ever play games together is when he releases a game. So he'll have to keep doing it.
The cradle and the silver spoon.
So he'll have to keep doing it so we can, when she is 38, to be like, hey, Dad.
It's not Joseph Ferris's fault that you're not making more activities with your own daughter.
Well,
yeah, really.
Yeah.
Maybe would you take her on a walk when you're trying to test your EKG?
Would she go roller skating with you now?
Well, it's quite funny.
Can't go roller skating.
No. She's a bit weird about it, right?
All right.
Uh-oh.
So we were meant to, right? And a friend Holly, who I used to take when she was about 9 or 10, was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come as well. We'll all go. Let's all go roller skating."
Yeah.
But she was about to start a new job, and she was like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that in case I break my leg or something." Right? So that she wouldn't do it.
Okay.
So every time we've suggested it, she's always got it. Oh well, I don't want to do that in case I break my leg because I'm meant to be doing this, or I'm going on holiday. So I don't want to do it in case I break my leg. So
This is Millie saying it or her friend saying it?
No, Millie saying it. She's got this almost like, I don't know, thinking that she's
paranoia,
that she's going to break her leg.
How she broke her leg doing it?
She's never fallen over, Burley. She doesn't even fall over, although she hasn't done it for a while.
She's seen it happen in the future, man. That gypsy told her.
Trust me, when she's older, it's only going to get worse. Like the fear of
I
falling.
know.
Really?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, now she should be fine because she'll bounce still. I mean, she's
Yeah,
only
just
20.
Strap a lot of
23.
pillows to you.
I
Anything
keep forgetting
pre-
she's 23.
Anything
She's 23.
pre-30, you basically just
Yeah,
bed
it's
straight
fine.
back
Yeah,
up.
really. You
Yeah,
made
just
out of nothing.
Get up. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it should be me who's worrying, not her.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
Yeah, really. If your dad can do it, you can do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so another game coming out in March is called Wander Stop from the makers of the Stanley Parable. Never mind. Next, what else we got?
Go on. What's it about? Come on, tell us.
No,
a bit
I don't
more.
give a fuck. I ain't going near it. Fuck
Look,
that
you
game.
mentioned it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make that one joke.
So come on.
It's a
Talk
game
yourself.
about change and tea. That's what it says.
Okay.
A game about
I
change
like that
and
idea.
tea. Yeah, see? Stu's going to, oh, okay.
Change.
something different.
different.
Also, the My Sims Cozy Bundle is coming out.
Yeah, never mind. But we
fuck
should
that
should
is.
talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed because there's an Assassin's
Should
Creed
we?
game. coming.
Yeah.
Well,
Shadows.
they haven't released one for. They didn't release one last year, and for some
Yes,
reason
they
they're
did.
releasing. Did they? What did they release last year?
No, did they? Mirage? Was it
No.
Mirage last year?
No, that was the year before. I
Was
think.
it? I don't know. Fucking know. No, they were supposed to release this last year.
Yeah, but they are
And then
releasing
Mirage
Assassin's
was
Creed
2022.
Japan.
2023.
So
Mirage was
Yes.
2023. They had a gap in 2022, and then it was Valhalla or whatever the fuck it's called.
yeah. And they had a gap in 2024, and they're releasing this early year. It's a funny release date, isn't it? Because they were used to them releasing games in October or like November
Well,
time.
I think the success of this game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, will determine the existence of Ubisoft.
Really? It's all coming down to
Really?
this.
So it's all coming down to this. So there's a lot of things going on about
There's a lot of
Ubisoft.
riding on it, then, if that's
so
true.
they there was about 3-4 years ago at E3 when that was still a thing, where maybe it was longer than that. It was like, we're not being bought out because it's a family-owned publisher business.
Really?
And they're like, we're not being bought out, we're still surviving. Da, da, da. And I think like in the last 5 years, they've always had this threat of like folding, closing, being bought up. And
Interesting.
it feels like they were, because they used to do lots of different things. But it feels like people are basically tired of the Ubisoft formula.
To
And
be fair, though,
they've tried to stray away from it. They've tried to not do the Ubisoft formula as people know it. They've tried to change it, and I think they banked a lot on Watch Dogs, and that didn't work out. They was expecting Watch Dogs to be what Assassin's Creed is today, and recently they put a lot of money into franchising. So they
Star
put
Wars.
well,
there's
Star
that,
Wars
there's that, but
must have been a massive disappointment.
Star
mustn't it?
Wars Outlaws was a big disappointment. It didn't sell well. It didn't launch well. They might have fixed it now, but no one cares. But the other one that people forget,
I care.
the other one that people forget is that they franchised Avatar as well. They made an Avatar game.
Oh,
and
that's
basically
right.
Far Cried the shit out of it, and no one cared. People played it.
I didn't even know there'd been one. I
Avatar was never going to be a fun game. I
But
mean,
like,
come on.
it's not a fun film to be fair. But people
Well,
seem to.
right, exactly.
I don't know who.
Actually,
I
do
don't
you
know
know
who
what?
watches it, but some people do.
I
but
did
they-
hear about this. I believe it isn't that bad.
No, I
I've
know it's
heard-
not bad, and people say, look, it's
I'm not saying
fine.
it's bad.
I'd forgotten that it existed, though. To be honest,
It's basically Far Cry in the Avatar world, but no one really sort of talked about it that much. It wasn't a big thing. So the Assassin's Creed Shadows is there like, we need this to be a hit. You know, they closed the Prince of Persia studio. The Prince of Persia, well, they didn't close the studio, but they disbanded the group. You know what I mean? So they still work for Ubisoft. So they made a hit game, the Prince of Persia, is the Lost Crown or whatever it was. They made a game that was
Right.
a hit, but it was too small of a hit. And they made Prince of Persia a roguelike Prince of Persia. Didn't really do massive numbers. This is the game that they need for success, and I think they're losing this battle, and I can see them getting bought up by someone, Sony, Microsoft, someone, because I don't think they can just carry this on anymore. I'd be surprised. When I say soon, I mean like 2-3 years. I'm not saying that in the next 2 months, but yeah. I think they're losing.
you know,
they're fighting a losing
I'm
battle.
going to say something here that it's not, and it wouldn't solve all their problems, and it isn't going to. But I'll be honest with you, if they just release games straight onto Steam without having to log into a Ubisoft account first and all that bullshit that they make you do, I think that would help with sales, because people on Steam hate that shit. They just hate it, don't they? Having to add another layer of something into a game when they could just release it straight onto the storefront.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I don't play games on PC because I'm a console.
But it
noob,
pisses me
but-
off because I'm like, why do I? It's like fucking like when I played, I don't know, bloody Baldur's Gate or whatever, and it's like, oh, you've got to have this account first before you can even think of playing it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just fucking release it on the store, and I can just like install it and play it. I don't need to like sign into a Ubisoft account first before I can play your game on Steam.
You know, it's just they're just in an interesting position, Ubisoft, and they really, really need this to be a hit because Valhalla, Valhalla was a hit. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was a hit. Everybody loved it, but they're struggling. They're struggling to find that next thing. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna get bought up. Something's gonna happen to them, and every time you play a Ubisoft game and you get to the credits, it's like fucking 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
And everybody's all over the world. Like, they can't
Right.
keep that shit up.
Yeah,
No,
true.
they can't. They can't. I mean, for me, I'll be honest with
Gaming
you.
bubbles bursted, people.
It
It's the
has.
housing crisis in
The
2008.
last Ubisoft game like Assassin's Creed game I played was Assassin's Creed London. I always call it that, and I know it isn't that. Syndicate, and I really enjoyed that game, and I played the whole thing, and I got to the credits at the end, and I thought the ending was great, and I really enjoyed it. But since then, there's not, because it's just these games are so fucking ridiculously
They're
big,
huge,
and I'm
they're
like,
huge. Like,
I know.
Such an investment. That's what I was saying about Monster Hunter. Is
Time
like
is
there's
valuable.
a lot to be said for smaller games, but the critics will knock you down if you're. I mean, especially if you're going to charge a lot for it. Like,
I mean,
I
to
think
be fair to them, like you say that, Duke, but they tried Assassin's Creed Mirage, right?
Yeah.
And Assassin's
Was that a
Creed
smaller
Mirage
game?
is a smaller Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
It's more like
Gotcha.
the first one, but no one gives a shit.
People
And
weren't excited.
the-
but that's not all it can be, because there are probably other shortcomings of that game as well. It's not just the fact that it was a smaller game, probably, that
I don't
meant
know.
that people.
this looks good. Can I just say, this does look pretty cool. I am
Yeah, it does.
interested.
I tell you what's funny is that when Assassin's Creed came out in 2007, right? Everybody, and then Assassin's Creed 2 came out. Everybody wanted an Assassin's Creed game in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Everyone.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it
Sure.
feels like to me
Yeah.
that like now their backs against the wall and they're like,
Yeah.
okay,
Fine. We'll
we
make it.
need
Japan.
a hit. We need a
Yeah,
hit. Ghost
right.
of Tsushima came out. Everybody loved it. We need a hit. Right.
And I mean,
we'll
to an
do
extent,
the
I can
Japan
understand their
Assassin's
hesitation,
Creed.
because there's the Dynasty Warriors games, which is like take on 700 million, warriors. Shadows Die Twice beat them to the punch in terms of, a really beautiful open world game. I think they've always been nervous about taking on places that they're not certain they could nail it. So,
Well, they've been everywhere else.
that's true. They have.
They've
There
been
they are.
everywhere
Antarctica.
else. Huh?
Yeah. Not Antarctica.
Yes, they have.
Have they really?
Yes.
Who went to Antarctica?
Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Wow. See, I never played that
So,
one.
shove
That's crazy.
that up your back.
Yeah.
To be fair, Duke, you haven't played a lot of these.
Well, I don't know if
I
it's
haven't
gonna-
played most of them, no.
That's
what I
But
mean.
I thought I'd heard about. I mean, I know that this one went here, this one went there.
Yeah,
I just
no,
didn't know they went to
Antarctica
Antarctica.
like Assassin's Creed Rogue might have been like North Canada and like all that. Sort of
Okay,
stuff, so
gotcha.
maybe not that, but like that kind of setting.
Maybe
anyway.
you're wrong.
Yeah,
and
it
you
is.
owe me a big
This does
chocolate
look. I
apology
mean,
cake.
this does look interesting. It does.
Yeah, it does. I
And
agree.
every-
So maybe
and then
this is the savior of
And then
Ubisoft.
The
Who
other,
knows?
the other problem with Assassin's Creed Shadows is like everybody's like, there's a black man in it, and it's
Yeah,
fucking
right. What
Japan."
the fuck?
So there's a few people been doing that, and
Of course.
apparently it is based. There is a legend of that there was a samurai who was black. And
Really?
there
That's
is a
cool. I
story
didn't know it was
about
based on
yeah.
a real thing.
So like it is sort of based on a. I don't know if it's based on a real thing, but I know there is a legend about like a guy from like an immigrant from Africa who went to Japan and became a samurai. So whether it's based on that, I don't know, but I know that's a thing. So
Do you know what?
yeah.
You know what my biggest issue though is with all of these AAA
This
games.
is your biggest issue. This one. Right
This
now,
is my
saying
biggest issue.
Your biggest one.
Is justifying the cost.
Mm.
You know, 70 quid or whatever they're
Lot of
charging
money. Lot
now.
of
It's a lot of
And-
money.
and Star Wars Outlaws was a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. You know,
know?
who's paying that? Who's going, yeah, it's 70 quid. Meh.
Mm.
Cost of
I-
living crisis.
like,
Yeah,
before-
here's having 70 quid.
Before Outlaws came out, this time last year, I remember talking to somebody at work saying the Ubisoft Game Pass thing was appealing at the time because I was like, hey, Outlaws, I really want to play that. I'll get that for like £5 a month or £10 a month, whatever it is. Get all the Ubisoft library for a tenner a month. Like, sounds pretty good. But now that you know that Outlaws isn't the game that it was meant to be, no, it's hard. You're right, Stu. It's hard to justify.
It's hard to justify. I mean, AAA games now are so hard to justify the cost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to think of the last big. It's probably Alan Wake 2. Was probably the last big AAA game that I paid full price for.
And really, that only came about. That's only made because of Fortnite money. Really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that isn't a game that generated a lot of money and then they made that. It's like, oh, we're Epic, we've got infinite money, like do whatever you want. So it's I just think like the industry's in a tough position. Like I don't think it's sustaining itself very well, these like big AAA games. I love them. I love the big AAA games, but they're not making enough money and they're taking too much time. And
they're not making enough money and they just cost too much.
They cost too much. They don't make enough. They take too long. People don't play them enough. And
it's an unsustainable model, it seems.
The other problem is, like, most
they cost too much to make as well as too much to pay for. They're too much to make.
Most gamers are playing, like, the same shit. Right?
Yeah, and especially when games are becoming service models. So,
that's what I mean.
You know,
that's what I mean.
Like you're just going to keep playing Fortnite. You're just going to keep playing Overwatch.
20
You're just
years
going to keep
ago,
playing. People aren't paying attention
that wasn't
to these
as
huge
big
releases.
as a thing. You know, like you got
right.
World of Warcraft.
Well, it wasn't a thing at all, was it? Barely.
Right. I mean, Warcraft, but it wasn't the same kind of thing because there was one thing to do in Warcraft. You run around and you kill monsters.
But also, you needed a credit card for World of Warcraft.
Right, exactly. A monthly fee. Now it's free to play, but you keep playing forever.
I think really
there's more and more stuff available for cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And that means in the same way that American car companies refuse to change with the times, and for a while they were just making these enormous cars and refusing to give people to recognize the fact that the market was shifting. I think that's happening with video games.
I just you know, I think there was like a thing on Steam, like stats on Steam. It's like 20% of Steam users played something that came out in 2024.
Sure.
Like that kind of thing. Then it's like it just shows you that most people are playing the same game over and over again, like Factorio, Fortnite. You know, they're just going back to the same thing they know.
Which is pathetic. You know, I'm just playing Rocket League all the time. By the way, Chinny, you are correct. His name was Yasuke. He served Oda Nobunaga between 1581 and 1582 during the Sengoku period. So it is based on a real person. How about that?
But everybody was like,
so take that. Everyone complaining about, I know black samurai.
It's not real.
You can't have a black man in a Japanese samurai.
Now, I saw one criticism that said, okay, Ubisoft, have you ever made a game with a male Asian protagonist? Which, I mean, okay, there's something to be said for that. But on the other hand, if you want to lift this group up, you don't push that group down. And there's no reason you couldn't have both.
You know, if you take male out of that sentence, then you can say, because there's a female one here. Well,
sure, exactly. There's that. Right. Yeah, sure, no doubt. Whatever. So, anyway, all right. So what else is coming out in March that we're excited about? Fall is Fallout in Britain.
Is Fallout in Cumbria, apparently. It's Fallout in the Lake District.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll have a look at this.
It's an untested, it's a new developer, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know what they've done before this.
If only we had
Rebellion Developments is the name of the company.
Rebellion.
I don't know what else they've done.
Isn't that
they did some Sniper Elite games.
Oh
yeah, okay. Well, I take it back. God, they've done a lot of stuff. Never mind.
Yeah, it's Sniper Elite people.
Okay, fair enough.
Rogue.
Have they ever made an open world game?
I don't know. Well, Sniper Elite 5 is open world, to be fair.
But I mean, it's open world, and then there's open world.
Well, they know how to make a game. You know, they can make a game.
They made the Simpsons game. That wasn't awful.
We've got somebody in the chat called Veterans Gaming Podcast.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh,
I saw that.
What's up there? We are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle, just so you know.
I
don't want to get it twisted.
So we're the Veteran Gamers Podcast, and they're the Veteran Gaming Podcast. So there you go.
Why not?
Which came first? I have no idea.
We did.
Oh wow, they made a mobile version of the game of the gun games. You remember
we
Gun?
Started in 2008. When did you start?
Yeah, I don't think it was 2008.
Better not steal our logo, goddammit. I worked hard.
Yeah,
on
they
that.
probably already got it.
Yeah,
probably. So yeah, are you excited about Atom 4, Stu?
I am. I do think this looks kind of.
I mean, Duke, you should be excited about this. You like British stuff.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm keen to see more about it. I don't know. I mean, I
love
don't
the
get excited
fact-
about anything. So if I were going to get excited about something, it would be this.
Can I say I love the fact that it's a survival action game inspired by real life events.
Oh,
Like
is
what?
it?
Because we believe it or not, right? You know what? Chernobyl isn't the only nuclear disaster that's happened on this planet.
7 Mile Island.
No, yeah, well, there's that. But apparently, we had one. I didn't know we'd had one. There's two nuclear power plants in the UK. One's called Windscale, and the other's called Sellafield.
Okay.
And apparently, Windscale had a nuclear disaster. I don't know what
Oh,
happened, but
Interesting.
apparently there was one. So there you go.
Okay, the accident occurred October 8th, 1957.
I was going to say way before my time. That's why I don't remember it. I
when a
guess.
Not so far
routine-
before. I mean, you are.
A routine heating of the number 1 reactor graphite control blocks got out of control, causing adjacent uranium cartridges to rupture. This uranium, thus released, began to oxidize, releasing radioactivity and causing a fire that burned for 16 hours before it was put out.
Wow.
Okay.
So do we think, is this going to be set in the 1950s? then?
Oh, Jesus. They had to say this. Desperate combat with weapons and ammunition scarce.
Of course it is.
It looks like it's set in the 1950s. Yeah, it looks like it's set in that era, like post-war.
Why do they got to make weapons and ammunition scarce?
So that you have to struggle.
Well, guess what I don't want to do in a game? Didn't we already go through this?
Struggle.
I don't want to strategize. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to follow a story. I don't want to read anything. I
Here
don't
you
want
go.
anything. I
Go and
want New
kill-
World.
Go and kill that big mech with one bullet.
I don't know what
Yeah,
to tell
exactly.
Duke, I don't know what to tell you. Just make a game yourself. 'Cause
One-
it's so specific.
No, I got one's human, man. They got to.
Can we just say-
the season is resetting tomorrow for my server.
Can we just say they have? I think they've nailed Cumbria. This looks like Cumbria. It's like
Welcome to Stu's comparing video game
It's
worlds to
like-
their real counterparts. Tell us more
Everybody-
about the Sistine
No,
Chapel.
he compares
like
all
a-
video games to Cumbria, and only
Yeah, I
this
do.
one has done well.
I do.
How
It's-
close is Assassin's Creed Shadows to Cumbria?
Not
This
very.
is it. This is like everybody's gone to the Rapture RPG. That's what this game is.
Well, that was set
So,
in Shropshire, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but that did a good job of setting in the UK and looking
Close
like
enough,
the
Chinny, come
place it was.
All it is
So I'm
red
just saying-
telephone boxes, Stu. It's not hard.
Shut up.
Do you know what I mean?
But the mountains and shit look
That's a police
okay.
box, Duke. That's a police box, not a red telephone.
Yeah, it is.
Police,
That's the place,
telephone, whatever. It's all the same shit. Tall,
Yeah, the public couldn't use
square
that.
boxes. What do you want? Come on.
but this it looks all right.
It looks okay.
I'm intrigued again.
Well,
I'm intrigued.
I am worried that look, what Duke said there, it's like scarce ammo, because that makes me think of Stalker 2, and that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because if this is like Stalker 2, then it's not happening.
But maybe they'll have a twist where they actually do have a Tartus in it. And then
And
just,
the twist is
just
here's a big
complain
box of
about
ammo.
I
mispronounce
guarantee.
things.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to call it now. I guarantee there's a Doctor Who reference in this fucking game.
Are there, you think, some Lodix that come up and they're like, removinate,
Lardex. What the fuck's a Lardex?
Yeah. I'm mispronouncing Daleks
Oh, okay.
intentionally to try to get the rise out of people who like Doctor
I
Who.
thought you were worried that we were going to get
They say
sued.
exterminate, not removinate.
Yeah. No, they do. They say
I'm just
remove
trying to
it.
mess it up. They're the most boring robots ever. Removing it. Wait, what does that even mean? Ow, stop killing
Yeah,
me.
I'm worried about this. The if it's going to be like Stalker. I want it to be more like Fallout and less like Stalker 2.
Yeah, let's have more ammo. Why did he have to make ammo scarce? I have no idea. Just
You know what though? If this
let's
really
be
did
gods.
happen, right? Ammo would be scarce, wouldn't it? Because in the
Well, it
UK we don't
would.
really have guns
It
and
would.
stuff.
But just saying.
Just it's a
They
game.
could have like easy.
That's not what I saw in the documentary film Snatch.
Yeah, exactly. They
Guns
could have an
everywhere.
easy mode here. You can have loads of shit that you want, and you can just play the game and shoot the
Yeah,
shit
amen,
out of it.
brother.
There is
Or here's like
And also
hardcore mode where you get fuck all.
yeah.
And also, there's a switch to turn on VATS.
There is,
Yeah,
a, there is a scene I've just seen in this trailer which is very realistic. Which is two people clubbing each other with a cricket bat. Because
Nice.
Yeah.
I know, Duke, you've only been to the UK.
That's what would happen.
Oh,
But,
I
like,
saw
but-
Spinal Tap. Dudes waving the cricket bat
But
around.
you can't walk around the corner without two people whacking each other with a cricket bat.
It's
England.
true.
It's
True.
always happening.
Awesome.
It's always happening.
Awesome.
See, in America,
Yeah.
they get a baseball bat out. In the UK, cricket
Yeah.
bat.
Cricket bat, yeah.
Your
Cricket bat.
turn. Your turn, Rupert. Fup.
Yeah, do you want to hit me with the cricket bat? I will
Okay, so
wait.
Adam Falls a maybe.
We need
Maybe. It looks
Hitman,
good.
we
It looks
we
interesting.
interested in this new Hitman game?
Yeah.
VR?
It's a VR
No,
game.
no,
one cares.
no,
All right.
no, no.
Inzoi? What's Inzoi?
Enjoy.
Inzoi.
No,
What
What the hell's
called
Enjoy?
don't
I
know.
don't know. It's some sort of dating game, maybe.
No.
Experience different aspects of
Nah.
life.
No.
No, this looks
Nah.
stupid.
No, I don't want to experience
Nah.
life. No.
It's like a Sims type of thing.
I
I
play
think.
video games, so I don't experience.
Can I
life.
just say,
Yeah,
it's
really.
Oh, no,
amazing.
no, wait.
Oh,
Wait.
hold up, hold up,
Whoa,
hold up, hold
oh,
up.
oh,
I do know what Inzoi is.
What?
go on.
Enzui?
Oh, you know what it is?
Tell us.
It
Come on,
is-
man.
It's a Sims, but in English.
What?
Oh, really?
Sims.
Instead of
Oh, so they've got real voices.
Yes, I've
Oh
heard of
God!
this. Yes.
is that
Is this
worth
going to be
playing,
AI
though?
generated? Is this
No,
AI
no,
shit
but
going
what I'm
down?
saying is, I've heard of it, and I'm into it. Yeah.
Of course you are.
Really? You want to
Yeah.
play this?
I want to play it. Yeah.
Why? This does not
Because
seem like
I
your kind
want
of game.
to watch somebody do their life, and so I can look at their life and go, loser. And so my life looks less crap.
But this is all about your best life. They're driving around in convertibles
no.
and getting married and having
No,
the
but
fanciest clothes.
can I
You're
just
gonna have a
ask you,
character
Chini?
whose life is shit. Then is that what you're saying?
Chini,
he's
can
gonna
I ask you a
do even
question?
worse.
I'm going to ask you a
Time to
question.
go to the
here.
fast food place for work.
And I can say like, well, at least my life isn't like this guy's. life.
Let me ask you a
do
question.
you really
though.
need to have a video game for that though? Couldn't you just turn on some docu-soaps?
Go on, Stu. Go on.
I'm asking you a question here. Are you going to build a swimming pool with no ladder and stick someone in it just to see what they're actually going to say now that
Oh,
they're
they'll just
trapped in
climb
the
out the
swimming
side,
pool?
won't they? Surely, if it's hyper realistic, they'll just climb out.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
There
put them in a room with no door
Yeah. that's
and no
what I'm about.
toilet.
That's
and
what
no
I'm about.
toilet and see what they're actually going to say.
Yeah,
Because
no,
like in the past, you just got noises. Now you have like
this
real
game,
talking.
By the way, this I'm going to say something in. You're not.
Oh,
You're not going
God.
to like it,
I'm probably not.
right? For people that don't know, I don't
We're
really
just
care.
worried about you as
I
well.
don't really care about PC games. I don't really upgrade my PC and stuff. This
You're gonna get a PC for this?
this might make me upgrade my current PC.
Wow. You
Wow.
could probably play it on the one you have.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not that
probably
old.
fine.
I've got 1060 in my current PC.
Yeah, do you know what? That's still a decent card.
And they announced
Probably what I got.
they announced the 50.
You have
the
no.
50
You've upgraded your PC a long time ago before Chini didn't.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you've got something way more decent than that. Have you been playing what you're playing on
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, last time I upgraded my PC was 2017.
Yeah, it is a long
Well,
time
no, I
ago.
got a new PC.
Mine's
I'm-
from 2019. then.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I'm not going to get a new PC. I'm going to upgrade what I've got. I'm not going to get.
Oh,
anything
okay, I
else.
got you.
But yeah, they've just announced the 50 series of graphics cards, so that the 50, 60, 70.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get one of them, but I might get the 40 series. You know what I mean? Just to sort of get one of them. But
Yeah, I got a 2060 apparently.
this
Yeah, you
depends-
same as me. Same
depends-
decent
Oh,
card.
what the fuck?
Dep-
I have to look on my phone to see what kind of card I have. Sorry, Chini, go
depending
ahead.
on reception and sort of general like what people thinking, I might get Inzoi.
Damn, we found the game that's going to make Chinny
Yeah,
change
we
his mind about the
did, we
state of
did.
gaming
Completely
today.
forgot.
What kind of game is it? Is it a game where you're like shooting everybody? No. You have a cat.
No, we're talking about it at work, and I was like, oh yeah, that realistic Sims game, yeah. It's such a hard genre of game to do, and I feel like that's why no one has done it as well as The Sims, and no one has really tried to do this. But it's curious. I'm curious. It's interesting.
Curious
It's
and
different.
curious.
You know, like you don't. Sometimes you can't choose the games that you're excited about, can you? They choose you.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
Inzoi.
Enjoy.
By the way, Veterans Gaming Podcast says, "What part of England do you come from? Where are you guys? Where are you guys?
We call from.
I'm from the new England part of it.
we come
You
from,
are.
Not really.
I'm just gonna Google made up England.
From the colonies.
Yeah.
Up England.
Hertfordshire brings some ham. That's where they're
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. We come from Chingsley and Christmeister.
That's right.
Christmeister?
And Chuffnell Regis.
That sounds like somebody at the church is I'm Christmeister.
Chuffnell Regis is
there you go.
Regis, I love that.
where we hail from. Well, I'm from the West Midlands, as you can tell
West
by
Midlands.
my stupid accent. And
And I'm from Lancashire, as you can tell by my stupid accent.
I don't.
I'm
think
from
people-
Wisconsin.
Yeah, and Duke's from America.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, Inzoi. Cool.
All
Any
right,
other games?
April. We got 4 in April. You ready? Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Whatever.
Yeah, brilliant.
Last of Us Part 2 coming to PC, not a new game.
No.
Lunar Remastered Collection, also not a new game, whatever the fuck that is. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves,
Yeah.
I can't believe they're still making Fatal Fury games. That's
Do you know what I'm
think this is-
amazed
I think
at?
this is quite new. Like they haven't made one for
Okay.
a while, sort of thing.
okay.
I'm
That's
amazed
an old series.
at how few confirmed dates there are for games this year. I mean, it runs out in
Yeah.
April pretty much, doesn't it? It's like, that's
Yeah.
about it.
I feel like that's always the case, though. Like,
I don't know. I think in the past we have had more early in the year, more confirmed dates for later in the year, but
maybe,
now
like
it's,
holiday, like yeah, like, oh, this is gonna be
yeah,
holiday.
it's
But
kind
they
of
usually
like
they look like we
yeah.
said at the start of the show. They usually get delayed, though, don't they? Really, like
well, everything gets fucking delayed these days, doesn't
yeah.
it?
So I'm not.
Talking of things that get potentially delayed, what about GTA 6 then? Is that coming this year, Chinny? What's your prediction?
I'm prepared for it to not come out this year.
I don't think it is. I personally don't
you
think
know
it's
what?
happening.
So many people are saying what we're saying. Like, I don't think it's coming out this year. I honestly think it probably will now. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody's
You're
like,
waiting for Rockstar to be like, "Oh, you think we can't do it? Fuck you."
I think they're going to release a few trailers this year, giving us more. And I wouldn't be shocked if it got delayed. It usually gets delayed, but you know,
I mean, they've only been making it for 2 decades.
yeah. Well, they've probably started the concepts and the ideas in 2013 when GTA 5 came out, and then they probably like doubled down on it and made sure it was getting made after Red Dead 2. And I know it's technically a different developer because that's San Diego, but yeah, that's what they share. They share stuff. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I don't think anybody will care if it gets delayed massively because people know it's coming. You know, like we've got a trailer, we know it's coming. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
The only people that really care are other developers because they don't want to get in the way of it. And I do feel sorry for whatever game gets released at the same time as GTA 6. But yeah, I've already warned Tara and said, look, GTA 6 is coming out soon. I'm legally, I'm not going to be a husband or a father on that.
Yeah,
on that weekend.
Rosa needs to find a new dad.
Yeah, new dad for Rosa. It's just not
Maybe
gonna
by
happen.
then she'll be driving.
And she says, and she even sort of looked at me as to say, like, I know, no, don't worry, I know it's coming, it's fine. So it's like I booked whatever that weekend or whatever week it's. So yeah, it's do I think it's going to come out this year? Let's answer the question. Do I think?
Come on, answer the question. Is it coming out? Definitive yes or no?
I'm going to say yes.
Wow, it's a big
Are
claim.
you going to put money on it?
If you want.
I'd just be crazy.
All right, let's put 10 quid on it.
Wow, are you two betting each other 10 quid it's coming out?
I don't know. I just like to make people put money on things.
Wow, 10 quid then, Chinny. 10 quid. Mind you,
To a
he's
charity of your choice.
I don't trust Duke because he still owes me money for the fucking Apple Vision Pro.
Well, that's the thing. You're just going to give him the money I give you.
Because you said,
Yeah, I know. I was wrong, and I owe you money.
You do. You're fucking well wrong.
Yeah.
That thing is it's not a piece of shit. It's just
I didn't
too
even want it to
expensive.
succeed. I just wanted to be contrary and make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't even remember how much we bet for it, to be
I
fair.
don't know, probably 10 quid.
Let's go on
Yeah.
with the games because we were talking about.
Yeah.
stuff.
Double Dragon Revive. Oh,
yeah, what
man,
is
it's going to
that?
be awesome.
Double Dragon.
It's like Final Fantasy Double Dragon. It's like, not Final Fight. Like, 1996 call. They want their video games back. Like, what are you doing, y'all?
Going on.
We can make some money
man.
off of this
Something
again.
Retro.
Yeah, it is.
Stu, I'm going to ask you about a video game to see if you're bothered about it. Apparently,
Go
it's
on.
coming out this year. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
No, what the fuck is it? Is this like Death Stranding cross with a tour operator?
Why?
You're
Because
on the beach.
On the beach, there's a tour operator in the UK called On the Beach, and they give you free access to airport lounges if you book with them.
Well, I don't know.
So is he
They're on the
going on a
beach.
holiday? Is he
They're on
going
the
to Tenerife
beach.
or something?
He's on
Benidorm?
He's
Is he going to Benidorm?
Listen,
Where would
how
where
dare
would the
you
character-
question Hideo?
where would the character in Death Stranding go on holiday, do you reckon? Yeah, where's he going? If he's going away, he's booking his holiday for summer, right? You know, is
I
it
don't
going to be
know.
like lads' holiday? Is it going to be like something romantic? Is he going on a city break? I mean, where's he going?
Well, I only know I don't know the character very well, but I know the actor is the guy from Walking Dead, and
Yeah.
that guy he would do a bike trip across America, wouldn't he? That would be his holiday.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that, but I don't know. Stu, did you like the first one? I can't remember.
I found it interesting for a little bit. but then I found it a bit tedious, and then I'd had enough.
Mm. 'Cause
And I think
people-
that's how I
people
felt
like
about it.
People like
It's
it.
it's very. The one thing I'll say about it above everything else is it looks fucking incredible. I mean, even on, was it PS4? I think it came out on, and it just the like stuff in the background. It just looked amazing.
It definitely doesn't
But-
lack creativity, does it?
No, and
Really?
it was craziness. I mean, the whole game was you delivering boxes.
Yeah.
And you used to pick up the boxes at the place, and it was like, how many can I stack? And it was a little bit like a puzzle game as well, because you had to work out how to stack the boxes so you could carry the maximum load without falling over.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, how many can I fit in a stack?
You know
and
what?
not
I don't need a
fall
video game for that, man. I do it every time I come back from the supermarket.
over? Yeah. It's like, how many
It's like,
boxes can I
I
get
got
on
all
here?
my stuff with me.
I don't know why Alice Cooper has made an appearance in this game because
Yeah, because man,
Why not?
eating the head
Is
off
what
a
I think.
rabbit.
look. I'm not a big Kojima fan, but his games always have a look. Do you know what I mean? They always look interesting. They don't lack they don't lack creativity.
They've got a vibe. They've got a
They've got a
weirdness
vibe.
to them.
People are
Yeah.
into him. I can't
people
knock
are
the
into
guy.
it.
I can't knock the guy. Like he knows how to draw people in.
He's given a lot of people what they want.
Yeah.
And this, by the way, this is a Sony exclusive as well. This is only on
Ooh.
PS5.
For now.
for now.
Then it'll come
For
to
now.
PC
For now.
a couple of years later.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Death Stranding, not that.
No, I
bad
think
of
he's
a-
gone for the Joker, by the way, not Alice Cooper.
It looks like Alice Cooper to me.
Yeah, it's
But
got a
it
bit
does
more
look like
Joker
the
vibes.
Yeah.
Joker vibes going
There
on.
is a game listed on here that I'll play this. I'll play this when this comes out. This will be
Go on.
Yeah.
and it'll be Game Pass probably. Doom: The
Okay.
Dark Ages.
Yeah, I saw
Okay.
that. I did see that, and I was like,
Which is,
yeah, I played the first one of the first new Doom, not old
Yeah,
Doom,
the,
but
the
the
new
first
Doom
new Doom.
games. Look, those two.
But
new
the second
Doom
one, I
games-
never played it. Never played
No,
the second
I played
one.
the second one. The second one's solid, man. Solid
Yeah, I know.
game.
I don't know.
Really liked it. So yeah, I'll play. I'll play a new Doom. I'll be down for that. That's fine. I'm good. I'm good with that.
You good with it? You
I
good? You
don't care
down
that
with
it's
Speaking
in
of
the
things we're
Dark
good
Ages.
with, I have very fond memories of playing Carmen Sandiego back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, there's a new one coming out. I'm curious because it could be good. I always want it to be good. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm not saying it's gonna be good, but I'm curious.
I remember the cartoon.
Yeah.
Where
I mean, this was the first educational game that actually worked because I was complaining about educational games last week, and I think this has the potential to be.
Have you seen the trailer for it? Have you had a look?
No, I have
Okay,
not.
it looks very child like. Looks like very.
Yeah, well, I mean,
cartoony.
they're children's games. They're designed to be for,
Yeah.
kids. But that said, sometimes there's good games for kids. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna race out and get it day
I
one.
think you should just sit there and wait for this game all year.
but I'm just gonna do nothing else. I'm not teaching. Forget it. I got a student teacher. He's gonna teach my classes. Borderlands 4. I'm looking forward to that.
You are?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it. I like
More
I really
Borderlands.
like 3. I'm into Borderlands.
Yeah.
Arc 2, no.
Yeah. I was just looking at. I'm just reading things on this list now. Dying
Gonna
Light-
say-
Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Coffee Talk Tokyo, I was going to
Coffee Talk
mention.
Tokyo.
I'm quite interested in this.
Ah.
I like both the other and he said toffee cork. Then what the fuck's toffee cork?
Toffee cock.
Toffee cork, man.
Toffee Cock.
The other Coffee Talk games are cool and interesting, and it's just this weird fucking concept that just works, and it shouldn't work, but it just kind of does. I don't know what it is,
Alright.
and all these weird fucking fantasy style creatures having bad shit go down in their lives. Do you know what I mean? It's just a weird thing. It's just such a weird idea.
Is this the third game that they've made?
Yeah, this is the third one because it was Hibiscus and Butterflies was number 2. Can I just say?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just such a weird concept, and it shouldn't work on any level, and it shouldn't, but it just does. Just does.
We didn't play Dying Light 2 or anything, did we, Stu?
No,
So-
never played it.
So there's
The
a new
beast. Is it the Beast?
The Beast.
Dying Light the
yeah,
Beast.
I'm not really bothered about that.
I keep. Do you know what? Thank you, SLH. Thanks.
SLH
Susan.
agrees with you.
Coffee Talks are just such a cozy game. They are a proper cozy game. but they have a bit of serious storylines going on. I love them. I love the games. I think it's such a cool concept.
I think the next game that I'm going to talk about, I think, is probably second on my list of hype below GTA 6, which is Ghosts of Yotai. Ghost of Yotai. Ghost of Yotai.
Is this a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does look interesting.
Interesting.
Maybe they'll have a cheap game. They'll put Tsushima out real cheap to promo this.
Maybe.
Then I can finally get it.
Maybe not. But I loved Ghost of Tsushima. I loved it. So
You did.
I'm down for another one. Absolutely.
And I need to get back on that because I played quite a lot of it and then fell off.
Did you get
because
distracted, Cheryl?
I did. Unbelievable. I know I never normally do that.
No, it's not like you.
I know. I can understand why you'd think that.
Yeah. Mafia: The Old Country. I'm into that.
Yeah, I thought that was what we was going to say, to be fair.
Yeah, Mafia: The Old Country. Huge Mafia fan. Was curious what they were going to do after 3 because obviously 3 is a little bit more modern. So I was like,
yeah, it is.
Do they go more modern, like Sopranos, like 90s, noughties? Are we're sort of past the point where that can be.
So is it? Can I just check? Is this set in Sicily?
This is set in Sicily. So this is set.
See, I like that. I really like that.
The first game. This is like old. I'm not quite sure what the year. It's like early 1900s sort of time.
I would quite like to go to Sicily. I'd be very
just don't piss anybody off is what I would say.
No, they have a mafia museum and everything that you can go to and stuff.
Hey, how much is it? As much as you can fucking pay. Hey, motherfucker.
What do you got? Make me an offer.
Why do you have a New York accent when you were in Sicily? Like,
Forget about it.
Don't fucking. Hey, you asking questions? Don't ask.
I'm walking here.
Hey, what the fuck? No, I'm into it. Yeah, Mafia have never really let me down. Okay, Mafia 3 was a bit crap, but. I'll be down for that. Mafia, thank you.
The other indie game we should talk a little about because it was a bit of a phenomenon this year is Dave the Diver in the Jungle.
There's new DLC coming.
Yeah, it's DLC, so I struggle to
it's
get
DLC.
excited.
But you know what? People love Dave the Diver. Again, I played it for a bit. Adam, he fucking smacked it. I mean, he played it and played it and played it and absolutely loved it.
Some people really dive in.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Chinny's not having it.
I have no idea what that is. But yeah, Dave the Diver.
He's snoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've loaded up a game here, Stu, just to see what it looks like, and this looks like your type of cack.
Okay.
Right.
What is it? Go on, give me a name.
It's called Mixtape.
Oh no, I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, dude.
I look at this and I go, yeah, this is Stu's type of cack. Emotions, and the it's interesting actually because the style of it is copying the style of most animations now. Have you noticed there's been a change in how animations look these days? Have you noticed this?
Yeah.
So and it's all thanks to Miles Morales, really. But Puss in Boots, and there's a new one. I think it's like Dogman, but basically every animation does this like they don't need to look realistic anymore sort of look. And it's
they're very stylized.
Yeah, they're all very stylized. They animate it in 2s, which means they animate every 2 frames and all this sort of stuff. And now games are sort of doing that. So they're going like, look, we don't need perfection. We just need it to look cool. And this looks like it's animated on 2s. So. Stu, this looks like your thing. I don't know what it's about.
It does look my thing. I don't know.
Look, I'll describe it for the audio listeners, right? This trailer is like young people. Looks like it might be the 90s.
Yeah, it is, and they have all the bands of the time and stuff.
And they're on a road trip and they've got headphones on and they're like riding.
And then they can float. They float for some reason.
Yeah, that's emulating that advert. I don't know. But like they're riding trolleys and it's all like back in the day and coming of age. Then at one point they're riding a dinosaur. So that is Stu's. Stu's game.
It's right up his alley.
Yeah.
But it's PS5 only, I think. I don't think it's coming to other. And I still haven't, I'm going to say it now, I haven't had the PS5 game that's made me go, I've got to buy one now. Not yet.
Mm,
Not yet. There's nothing come out yet.
It's gonna be it.
No, I
This
don't
one.
think
This is
so.
also coming on to Steam.
I don't think this is it. I don't
This
think
is coming on to
it.
Steam, by the way.
Oh, is it? Because it
Yeah.
obviously it's, oh, well, that changes things slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You know, maybe I am more interested now
Yeah.
than I was
Okay.
before.
I don't think you'll get a PS5.
I don't know. I feel like I don't even know if I think the only thing at this point that would make me get one is probably a new Last of Us game.
Mm. Yeah, maybe. But
And I think
but you know
that's it.
that these games get released on PC now.
I know,
Yeah.
and that's you know, when the new Steam Deck comes out, presumably it's going to be bigger and better and faster than the original Steam Deck, and I'm going to be able to play that shit on that.
Mm.
I mean, I told you the other week I'm saving up for a gaming PC because obviously, when we get the kitchen done, this has all got to go. You know, all this is going
Oh, yeah, yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
It'll all have to go. But I think I'm going to buy more a gaming PC for like mixing and stuff, you know, to have better software for that, you know, more power rather than to play games on.
Well, the reason why I'm upgrading my PC as well is because of video editing to make that
Yeah.
a little bit easier for me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, my main, like this main PC for mixing is perfect. You know what I mean? It can handle, it's got 32 gigs of RAM.
Mhm.
So it handles pretty much anything.
Yeah.
But obviously my laptop's only got 8 gigs of RAM and it's very telling, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. So yeah, I just saw it, Stu. Mixtape. Sort of looked like. your
Yeah, it does
kind of-
look. It looks like definitely looks like my kind. I had heard
Mouse
of it, but I didn't
PI
know a
for
lot
hire?
about it. Didn't know a lot about it.
Hmm?
Mouse PI for hire.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck that
No,
is.
it's like
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse or something.
The other one I wanted, there's a couple of other games I wanted to talk about, which are Directive 8020,
Oh,
which is a new Dark Pictures game, you know, from the Dark Pictures anthology people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like
Yeah.
The Quarry and Until Dawn and all that kind of jive.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about this because it's kind of like
It's a sci-fi game.
yeah, it's fully sci-fi. It's in space. There's a like heavily inspired by The Thing and Alien and you know Event Horizon and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but whenever I see inspired by, I'm always a bit concerned.
Well, yeah, because it's usually a marketing ploy that may or may not have
Yeah.
anything to do with the original stuff. It's like when someone's like, "Hey, did you like this? Try this." It's like,
things we ripped
be
off.
your own thing. Yeah, exactly.
It looks
Well,
cool.
and there's nothing wrong with listing your inspirations. It's just when it's marketing and it's right up front, it's like, you're trying too hard here, dude. Like, let the story be impressive. Let the visuals make me interested rather
The
than
dialogue or the characterization or whatever.
Like, exactly.
It does look like The Thing a little bit, though. A little bit.
Well, I mean, it's this notion of you're being hunted by something. It says apparently it can mimic its prey. So,
Or more like
Okay,
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you know? 'Cause
well,
it's
yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I'm impressed that they've gone in this direction, or that they've taken it in a whole new way. But what's interesting, the guy who did the narrator, he died, didn't he?
I don't know.
So you know, in the Dark Pictures anthology, they get the narrator who would like introduce them in the library and everything, the
No,
story.
because I've never played any of those.
Have you never played one of them?
No.
Not any of them.
No.
Come on,
Oh,
Chinny.
right, okay. Well, they're all right. I mean, they're all right games. They're not
No,
like
no,
terrible.
So it's narrated by the same guy, I'm guessing. In his story.
But I don't know whether he's doing the narration this time or not. I don't know what's happening with
It is
this.
tricky when you're dead.
It is
I
tricky
will-
when
I
you're
will
dead.
say that, yeah.
Talking of which, by the way, I
What,
do
being
think
dead?
no, being dead. I do think.
Talking of being dead.
Yeah. For does it hold up? Do it hold up?
Yeah.
We should play Until Dawn, but the original one, not the new, like very expensive one. The like it's probably £5 on eBay one.
Right.
I think we should do that. It's not a very long game, and it's kind of interesting because obviously
Is it-
there's
how old
lots
is
of.
it?
Oh, 2014, I think it came out.
Is it? It's not.
It is. I
No,
think it's 10 years old.
not.
I think it is.
Is
I think it is. I think it is.
Is it? We're
Let's-
Googling. We're all Googling.
We're all doing it.
No, it's 2015.
2015.
Well, it's
so
10
this
years.
year,
We're
it's
in
10 years.
2025.
It's
It's
10
10
years.
years.
There you
I'm
go.
just
There
saying,
you
I don't think
go.
it was
I thought it was-
2014.
There you go.
I knew it was close. I was close.
There
It's
you
only
go.
a year
I
out.
was like,
It's
there's
only a
no
year.
way
There
that
you
game
go.
is 2014. No.
Yeah, but it's
way.
only 1 year difference.
What I'm saying is, it wasn't 2014.
When did it come out? When did it come out in
2015.
2015? Oh, it's 20. It was in August, so I'll give it. Look, it's almost 10 years. Let's do it.
So
Let's just do it.
no, but we got to play it in August.
Do we have to really
No,
wait till
no,
August?
No,
Oh, Jesus Christ!
it makes. No
I
difference.
nearly
I've
bought
never-
it the
I've
other
never
day. I
played
looked.
it, so
Well, that's why I thought it'd be a good choice.
yeah.
I had a look at it on eBay just to see how much it was, and I think there was copies being sold for about £5 or £6.
For PS4.
Yeah, PS4
Will the
copies.
PS4 version work in my PS5?
Yeah, of course it will.
Will the
Yeah, it's
PS4
backwards,
version work in my PS2?
No.
Will the
but
PS2
yeah.
version work in my PS5?
As far as I'm aware, all PS4 games are fully backwards compatible on the PS5, aren't they?
Will my PS4 version work in the PSP?
No, shut up.
Right, okay.
All right, moving on. Dune Awakening, MMO, crafting, base building. I'm there, baby.
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
You can stick your spice up your ass.
Watch out for the worms.
Yeah, you stick them up your ass as well.
Doing references that I don't know, well, because I've never fucking watched the thing.
Oh, they're good. The new ones are very good. I like
I've
They
them.
are
heard
great,
Steven
great
Spielberg
movies.
said Dune 2 is the best sci-fi movie he has ever seen.
I don't know whether that's true, but
Really?
it is decent.
He did
It is
say that.
decent.
He said
I
that.
mean,
That man
okay.
said
Well,
that.
H.R. Giger said that Eraserhead's his favorite movie of all time. So
Well, a bloke that you've never heard of said that Dune 2 sucks balls.
you never heard of H.R. Giger?
No, it just sounds like you
Oh,
hiccuping.
so cool. H.R. Giger is a good artist.
Steve
Anyway,
Pemberton
Elden
is-
Ring, Night Rain.
Can I just say, Steve
Who?
Pemberton is not dissing my game of the year, but he says until then he's good, but you need to read it. You do need to read it. It is a visual novel. It includes in a genre of video game. That it is.
H.R. Giger is the guy who come up with the concept of Alien. I know him.
But amazing,
Hello?
by the way.
I know
Until then,
Yes.
it's brilliant.
Okay, who's
We've
slagging
moved
you
on
off
to
for the-
H.R. Giger now.
who's
So
slagging you off
final-
for-
Steve Pemberton.
Steve,
Until-
it's not really. He's just saying that
Not
you've got to
really.
read. You've got to
Oh.
read it.
He's-
gotta
he's-
read.
He's cut from my cloth there. isn't he?
Steve!
Final game I want to mention, and I'm not that bothered about anything else, is the new Fable game. New
Yeah?
Fable.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
I'm totally
I am-
expecting this to
I
not
am
come out this year as well.
No, I don't think this is coming out, but I am very curious.
I don't know. I know it's got Richard Adewaje and it's got Matt King in it. You know,
Yeah, it's got some good
Hands from
voice
Peep
actors.
Show. Yeah, I get it.
This
It's got
could
all
be the
good-
one that brings it back.
It's got all good stuff. I've never really liked a Fable game. Ever.
No,
I've
these.
never
By the way,
liked
this
them.
has been.
I really
can
like
we
two.
just-
I was way into two.
Can we just say this has been percolating for a lot of
I
years?
know, and there's a problem. It feels like there's a window where you announce a game, you show a game, and you release a game. And I feel like this one is going too long before they're showing. They're
Yes.
not showing enough of this game,
No.
and I'm worried because.
Well, it's
yeah.
one of those like there's a Gamescom, and then it's like, oh yeah, Fable, and they do this big
Yeah.
like official trailer and shit, and then that's it. It goes like radio silence.
This the next game I'm going to talk about could be one of those games that could, because we don't know much about it, but we know it's made by Amy Hennig. You know, the Uncharted.
Oh yes, indeed.
It's Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. So I think it's like Captain America's dad. No, it's the original Captain America, but it's like Black Panther's dad, because he was a Black Panther as well, wasn't he? Apparently, I don't really know.
Oh yeah, T'Challa.
So yeah, it's the story, and it's made by Amy, so we trust her.
We do trust her.
So that could be one of those games that we're like, no one's really, it's not on anybody's radar, and then all
She
of a
was. Do you
sudden-
remember? Do you remember when she was? Was it her who was meant to be making that really cool Star
Yeah,
Wars game
yeah.
that got canned, and it looked
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah, 1911, I think it was.
Yeah, and everyone was losing the shit, and then never heard anything else, and that was the end of it.
Yep. So she hasn't made a game for a while because everything she makes seems to just disappear. So hopefully,
Or anything she's connected to.
yeah, but it seems like she's sort of like attached to this one. So I'm hoping, and I'm not a big Marvel fan really, but I'm a fan of hers. So anything that she makes, I'll be like, I'll
Oh,
listen.
she was involved in Forspoken. I didn't realize that.
Sure.
You like that, right, Stu?
Yes, brilliant.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is.
I
do
have
you?
no idea.
I thought this was the one you played with the ghost hunting.
No,
Is that not this?
no.
never-
Forspoken.
Okay.
Yeah, Forspoken is like, I feel like that's some sort of Souls-like game.
Okay.
I think I
Yeah.
heard of it, but yeah, no.
Okay. Never mind.
It looks a little bit like that. I could see why you'd think that.
Okay.
Oh. Right.
Oh no, I think I might have played this.
There's
I
something to
don't
be
know. Sorry.
It's not a good start, is it? I think I might play it. Rematch. The people that make Sifu Rematch. They're coming out with that game. So
Oh,
that'll be
okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Fun. There's not much else on this list, to be fair. I don't know if listeners, if we haven't mentioned anything.
No, I think we've pretty much covered most things that we're aware of that
Yeah.
may or may not be coming out this
We
year.
didn't really talk about GTA 6, did we? But it's GTA. Like, it's going to be the biggest.
It's
game ever,
GTA is going to be
Yeah,
good.
it's GTA. What do you
It's
want?
going to be
Everyone's going
GTA.
to play
Things,
it. Like, would
blow
you?
stuff up.
Here's a question for you, Stu. Are you going
Yeah.
to buy GTA? Like, so like GTA comes out, are you going to buy it?
I feel like I have to. I feel like it's one of those games that you like Red Dead 2, GTA.
Yeah,
you've
just-
just,
you
just
just
got to
gotta get
buy
it,
it.
yeah.
You've got to.
Just
Just
I've got
get
to
it.
fucking bite the bullet and buy it. Then
You
I've
do
to
not want
fucking
the FOMO of GTA.
reactivate my frigging bloody Rockstar Pass shit
Hmm.
that I couldn't care less about. But I guess
just
you
give
have
them
to.
a new
have-
email
signed,
address.
I've never signed into that once. Oh,
I thought you had
remember-
to.
I remember.
You have to sign into the social club to bloody play the thing.
You played this game for Spoken, wasn't it? For Spoken, isn't this the Amy Hennig one? For Spoken, you played this game, Stu.
We're spoken.
I don't know.
You've played
Play
it.
a lot. I play a lot of games.
I'm watching the trailer now. You've played this game. I remember.
I
And
play
and
lots
Duke
of
was right. It was
games.
like a ghost. You killing ghosts. It's like The Witcher, but ghosts.
No, that's not Forspoken.
What's that then?
I'll tell you. Hold up. I'll have to look. It's a while since I played it.
It's for Spoken. Looks like
It's not Forspoken. It's
for
called.
Spoken.
It's a while since I played it. Hold up. It's probably last year sometime.
It's probably for Spoken.
It's not Forspoken. I can't believe you see it on my list.
God,
Hold on, it's
I
near the
really
top.
wanted to be for Spoken.
It's near the top. It's not. It's I don't frigging know. I can't find it.
Yeah,
It's a
for
while
Spoken.
since I've
That's his
played
way
it.
of saying it was for.
Just a minute.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's Forspoken. No, it isn't. Banishes Ghosts of Eden.
Yeah, that's it. It's Banishers. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks
I
a
knew
lot
it
like
wasn't.
that,
It does look like that, but I knew it wasn't because I
Okay.
knew it wasn't by Square Enix.
though. Okay.
Duke, are you the same? Are you like GTA? Is it one of those culturally relevant moments?
Yeah,
in
I think.
gaming
Yeah,
history
exactly.
that
I
you've
mean,
gotta get?
it took me a while to get Red Dead 2, so I'm not gonna necessarily get it right away.
Yeah.
But I've never disliked Rockstar.
No.
I think they know how to make good games. I've
Well,
always
to
had
be
fun
fair,
with them.
to be fair, Duke's not going to be able to play it for a while anyway because it's only coming to
PC, yeah,
console
it's
first.
only
It won't be
console.
coming to PC for ages.
Will it not go to Game Pass?
Yeah, it's got a Game
No.
Pass, but not
Wait,
PC.
what? It'll not be on PC.
Not PC Game Pass?
No.
No.
Because
No.
okay, well, fair enough. I'm not getting a console.
It's not
for
going
it.
to come to Game Pass either. I don't know what we're talking about.
No,
It's
not that I'm
Okay.
aware of.
No way.
Alright, fair
Like,
enough.
no way. Like, it's-
Okay.
No,
All right.
that's not coming
I
to any
don't
game.
know.
Pass.
I don't know.
no.
Rules for Game Pass? Hey,
It'll come to Game
fuck
Pass
you and your Game
about
Pass.
6 years after it'll.
Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
7
That's right
years.
up my
7
alley. That's
years.
it'll be $10 on Steam or on Game Pass.
I could have said day one, Duke is not playing it.
Nah.
No, I've got to play it. Like I've got to. It's my.
I feel like
obligation.
I've
I'm
got to play it as
I'm
well. I feel like
contracted-
I've got to
I'm
play it.
contracted with Rockstar. Like, I have to play it. Like, I'm
Because
in, I'm
because
locked in.
Chini's going to be losing his shit about it, and
Yeah.
I've got to be the voice of reason.
But I'm not. I'll criticize where I need to criticize. Like I don't think the story
Yeah,
in
he's always
GTA
honest.
in GTA 5, I don't think the story is brilliant. I think it's fine. Like, it's fun. It's a fun story, but it isn't like the best story I've ever played in GTA 5. It's just they didn't with GTA 5. I don't think they exposed the interesting part of that story very well, which is I think the interesting character in GTA 5 was Michael, right? Because
Yeah,
he
agreed.
was the character that everybody
Just kinda
wants
dragged into
to
it.
be, right? No, he's
True.
every GTA. You're aiming to be where he is at the start of GTA
Mm.
5. He's done it.
Yeah,
He's
right.
made it.
Yeah,
he's
sure.
rich.
He's got a
He's
mansion.
got a mansion,
Yeah.
and he's not happy, right?
Nope.
And he does it again. And I feel like they missed the mark with him because I was
Mm.
interested in the fact when the trailer came out. He was like, I've done it all, and I'm bored.
Mm.
And I thought that was interesting. So like, I thought it was going to be a story about like, well, what is it I'm trying to do? But it isn't. It's just a story about let's rob more shit. And at the end, he's like, well, that was fun, And there's no payoff for it really. So that would be my criticism of GTA 5. So I do criticize them, Stu. I do.
No,
I
I
do.
guess. I
Right,
guess.
if you say anything negative about Red Dead Redemption, I will kill you.
It's two, man. It drags.
Second one, it dragged that
It
island,
did
man.
drag.
Fuck off
It
with the island. You
fucking-
know
yeah,
the
it
island did not need
dragged.
to
It
happen.
was a welcomed break in the normal
It fucking
pace
wasn't.
of the game.
What I need for you, Arthur, is
It
to have
dragged.
a little bit of faith in
And
me.
all it's like, oh, we've caused some shit here. We need
No,
to
Dutch.
relocate
No,
somewhere else.
No, it's
What is it?
fantastic. It's they're
It
they're
isn't. It
travellers,
isn't. It's
Stu.
not.
They're,
It
they're,
isn't.
They're a travelling gang. They're a
It's
dying
Ramp
not.
the shit up,
breed.
man.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
not.
It's the greatest.
All right, anything
game
else we need to
ever
talk
made.
about that's coming out
It's
next year?
not.
Red Dead Redemption.
No,
Take
I
that
think
as a
I'm-
no. Do we have
I think I'm
emails?
done. no,
You
but
doing
we
emails?
have
2
got
hours?
speak pipe that I sent
Oh
you.
my
Right.
goodness, this show's never gonna end.
No, that's it. That's the only thing.
Hi, it's
Saint
the way
Diesel!
to leave a message for us.
Saint Diesel! All
like
right,
the
here comes
intro.
Saint Diesel's. Saint Diesel! Yeah.
Wow.
Veteran Gamers, it's St. Diesel back again.
Back
This week I wanted to talk about a subject that's dear to the heart of many people around the world, and that is money.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, Duke, I'm not going to talk about Teflon Musk. I'm sure we'll be hearing and seeing enough of him over the
Ugh.
next few years.
Fuck that guy.
No, a woman at work who I've known for quite a while, I think over 10 years now. She came into some money this week because one of her
Ooh.
relatives passed away and the estate was finally settled. It's obviously a
Sweet.
sad way to get money, but it was welcome
Woo!
nonetheless.
Give me the cash.
And both her and her sister both got £22,000 each.
My goodness.
Nice.
And she wasn't quite sure what to do with the money, so she was asking people at work, "What do you think I should do with it?" So if you had a friend
Vegas.
or relative who
Put it all on
or
black.
22,000 is not enough.
Mhm.
came into that amount of money, £22,000 or its equivalent, what do you think you'd be advising them? Would you say put it into gold and silver, buy some premium bonds, put it in a high interest savings account?
These are all nerd
Maybe go on an
suggestions.
expensive
Mhm.
holiday, buy
There
a
you go.
car, spread it amongst your family, maybe even give it to charity.
Cocaine.
Give it to
Interesting answer
charity.
on that one.
No, yeah,
And the second part of this is,
Stu would never give it to
what
charity.
if you yourself suddenly came into £22,000 for whatever
Yeah.
reason? What do you think you would do with that money? Would it be the same as what you'd advise the person to do? I know it's not always a fascinating subject for everyone, but I'd be interested in what you had to say.
Well, all right.
There
Thank
you
you, Saint Diesel. Saint
So-
Diesel!
So my
You know,
silly
it's funny.
Go on.
No, go ahead.
My silly answer is Vegas. Just
Yes.
blow it all in
Serious
Vegas.
answer is
Like the silly answer would be but there's a poker tournament that costs 10 grand to enter. I'd
Wow.
enter
Yeah.
that, and then I'd enter a bunch of the other ones that cost like 2 grand,
Ah.
1 grand.
So just a
500.
minute.
You know, I
Your
just-
your what would I do with 22 grand is gamble it away.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
because if you have fun gambling it away, but you know you're going to lose it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
More power to you.
My sensible
I
answer.
I don't think that would be fun.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think I would
think
have fun.
gambling
Playing
it away
poker
would be
is
fun.
fun.
I
Um,
like playing poker, but I don't need to lose money to do it.
No, that's the point of it.
Oh, man, I'll take your word for it.
So the
I've never played poker for money, so maybe I just don't know what I'm missing.
that's the thrill. So
Okay.
the sensible answer, the correct answer, would be to put it in a high interest savings account or buy some premium bonds, because 20 grand is a lot of money.
It is.
But it
Premium
isn't.
bonds,
But it isn't.
really.
No, so
It's
the-
not
so-
life end.
It
It's not
isn't.
retirement money.
Premium bonds to really win, you need the maximum in, which is it
I
50,000?
think it's 50 grand. But
Yeah, it's
but
50
premium
to
bonds,
really get returns. You
but
need about
pre-
50 grand in.
So premium bonds, I'll give you an insight, right? I've got a bit of money in premium bonds, and the
Ooh.
what you get back is about 1.5%.
Which is crap when you can save
But you know what?
savings
Now and
accounts are about
again,
5%.
now and again, you get like a little 100 quid here and there. You're like, you know what? That's all right.
You
And it's
do.
better than your
You
fucking
do.
bank, right? So, but
It's
what
not
I
though.
do,
It's not at all, because at the moment there's a
I can't
you
believe
can
we're
get a
arguing
cash
about goddamn
ISA.
savings account interest rates.
You can get a cash ISA through Moneybox for 5% interest. At the
Oh,
moment,
no, but I
tax-free.
have
I'm
a
sorry,
bunch-
listeners. I thought this was a video game podcast.
I
Now
have
it's
a
become
20
bunch
a
grand a
video
year,
game
tax
podcast.
free.
like, but look, I suppose the other one would be the more sensible. I have a bunch of Monzo pots that are like 4%, 5%.
Yeah, they're about 4.5% in
yeah.
Monzo.
So,
at the moment,
yeah,
isn't it?
just whacking it because in all seriousness, 20 grand is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, 20 grand is a lot of money. But also, it's not a lot of
But-
money. It's not a lot of money, really.
Well,
Like,
you're gonna get, if you have 20 grand in 5%, you're gonna get about 100 quid a month in interest.
yeah, like it's in the grand scheme. If
Which
you want to
is
do,
100 quid. It's
if you
100
wanna
quid
do
every month
something-
for free.
if you want to do something big, like buy a house or or like make a dent in the mortgage. 20 grand isn't a lot of money. So your best bet is to just whack it in a thing that's going to give you some.
But stick it in a cash ISA. Don't stick it in an interest because you're going to get taxed on the 200 quid over that you go over on your personal allowance, which is £1,000 a year before the government start taxing you.
That's also the same for if you have a hobby that you make money on. So all the T-shirts that I print. If I make more than £1,000,
yeah,
the tax might be
thing.
like.
And they don't. By the way, do you know what they do? Because the banks tell the Inland Revenue, so all the banks, buildings, wherever you've got savings, they inform them. And the minute they know you've gone over your allowance for savings, they alter your tax code. So you'll get a letter through the post telling you that they've reduced your tax allowance for the following year to make sure that
from
it
savings
compensates.
discussion to tax
Oh,
code
I'm sorry,
now.
Duke.
All right, here's the thing.
No, they're
I'm
asking us
actually
what we
in
think.
a kind of a paradox. Yeah, put it in high interest yield savings, period. That was it. I'm kind of in this predicament in a way because we do this writing festival every year, and I teach some classes at it, and they paid me recently. I got a check for $100, and I was like, okay, this is beyond my regular salary. It's extra money. I cannot just spend this on, groceries and whatever. I got to do something different, something crazy. I can't think of a single fucking thing to do with it. There is nothing I want. There is nothing I need. I'm not burning money. I'm going to end up giving it to some homeless shelter or something.
No,
like,
burn it in
I
front
can't
of the
think
people
of
that gave it to
anything.
you.
They don't care. They'll be like, who's this idiot?
No,
I
you're
see them
making a
once a year.
statement.
They don't
You're
know
like,
me. What statement?
Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, fuck them.
Well, I'll tell you what
I
do.
appreciate the fact they put on this writing festival for my students every
It's
year.
the ultimate boss
Fuck
move,
you.
man.
If I had here's 22 grand, you can do what you like with it, right?
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about the consequences. You don't have to put it in savings. You can just spend the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd probably buy myself an Omega Moon watch, probably with some of
you
it.
buy a watch, yeah.
Okay.
Which would cost probably the best part of, depending on what model you get, between 6 and 10 grand.
But
So about
watches
So
are
you
like-
get two of them, one for
watches-
each wrist.
Watches are like cars, aren't they? Like you can spend 500 quid on one, and you can spend fucking,
I mean, there's Christopher
100
Ward.
grand on one.
Yeah, Christopher Ward make a watch called the Bel Canto, which is so impressive, and it's a chiming watch. So it's a mechanical watch that chimes, so it has
That'd be
this chiming
annoying.
mechanism.
I don't know.
But
very
it sounds
annoying.
cool. It sounds really cool.
That'd be
But it's
annoying.
about
Sounds cool
three.
once.
It's about 3 grand.
About
It's about
3
3
hours.
grand.
Fucking piece of shit. 3
but it
grand for a
depends.
watch. See, that's why I'm glad I got a collection of bookmarks. The $2. Students go to Japan. Hey, I brought you a bookmark. I got hundreds of them.
But they cost a lot of. I mean, watches like you said can start at, a cheap watch you can get
Well,
like a
start at
Casio
$1.
for 20 quid.
Yeah.
Get a Casio for
Yeah,
20
sure.
quid. But you can get up to, the really expensive watches like Royal Oaks and stuff like that. You're getting into
Shofar.
70, 80, 100 grand for a watch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that makes a lot of
And
sense.
more, and more.
This thing that you don't need anymore is like 100 grand.
Yeah, and more. And they all do the same thing. They just tell the time.
Exactly. Which is on our phones, so we don't need watches.
They tell the time.
Yeah, I don't think I have a single student with a watch.
I just like watches. I collect
I
watches.
know, and
I
that's
have
fine.
lots of
More power
watches.
to you. I'm
You
not
know what
hating on
else?
what
You know what
love.
else we don't need? Radio. Can we get rid of radio?
Podcasts. We really
Can
don't
we
need
get rid of
podcasts.
radio?
No,
We
we
don't
don't
need
need radio because we have podcasts.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
need
and
radio.
And Spotify.
But
Well,
you
we don't need it until
say
the system goes down, man. And then when the zombies are out, you're gonna be glad.
You
there's
say that,
radio,
right?
man.
But we have the radio on at work all day. We have a DAB radio.
Tara
and
has the
sticks it
radio
on.
on all the time in the kitchen. I'm like,
Yeah,
but have you listened to it? Have you actually listened to it?
I listen to radio, but I swap it around. I don't, I go from sometimes.
Honestly,
this may sound old. I listen to Smooth some
Some,
days.
some of these radio DJs,
it's
they're
smooth,
grasping at straws. They're like, the other day I was walking down the road, and aren't roads funny? So let's all talk about our favourite roads. Well, I like the A road. I'm like, fuck.
Okay, now didn't you just get done talking about savings account yield percentages?
this
you
is-
can't have a go at people for talking about roads.
This is a podcast where people voluntarily download it, right, and stream it.
There's people voluntarily turn on the
Yeah, we
radio.
don't
What's the
force
difference?
people.
They're
listen,
they're
do
getting
Uh,
paid. They're getting paid to sit in a studio.
Okay,
at a cushy
fair
job
enough.
To talk
Fair
about
enough.
what's my favorite.
If you're getting paid, you have to push it beyond the veteran game.
What's your favorite condiment? Everybody write in.
Well,
Like,
you
I
said,
thought you
what's
were
your
gonna say
favorite
condom. I was like,
condom?
yeah, I'll
did.
do my favorite. Yeah,
Yeah, I like a strawberry ribs, to be fair.
I like the rib flavored rib.
Yeah, I
Dirty
do.
boy, dirty
Yeah.
I like
boys.
it
That's what you
I
two
like
are.
rib
Yeah,
that
we
is
are.
flavored like ribs.
Dirty boy.
Oh,
I'm trying to keep it
yeah.
clean here. I'm trying to keep it clean.
Hot sauce all over.
Antonio's
everything.
listening. You got to keep it clean. He's only young.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's only 10. He's only 10.
Oh, his kid's listening now.
In my, in
Red-
my
by the
brain,
way-
he's still 13. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Sneak him into the adult section.
By the way,
Red Van Man?
Susan, that's a little bit of a contract. My current and ex-husband, is that a thing that can happen at the same time?
No, I suppose like they're together, but like they're not divorced yet, sort of thing. Do you
I
know what I
don't
mean?
know. I don't know what that means.
I think
Um,
they've separated, but then the divorce hasn't gone
Oh,
through.
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
if you want
Red Van Man wants flying lessons.
So what
Just
did
get
she
Flight
say?
Simulator. It's just
Oh.
as good. Yeah, Flight Simulator.
Mm.
All right, are we done?
But
Is
apparently,
this...
his parents both died, and he got over $500,000 plus a house.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
That's a lot
Yes,
of
he
money.
did. That's a lot
He
of
stashed
money.
it into loads of different savings, spending some improvements to the house. That's sensible.
That sounds like the
Very
right
sensible.
thing to do. I don't know.
Real estate's a good investment.
Whereas Red Van Man said in a fancy, he would just spend it on flying lessons.
Yeah. Always, if it's been a dream, then yeah.
Just get Flying Simulator.
The fan wouldn't be happy, mind you, which he probably wouldn't. But you know what? Live the dream, man.
level flying
Live
is the supreme
the
challenge of
dream.
the scale model pilot.
Say just Red Van Man. Just say that you won a prize on the radio and say like,
Yeah,
oh,
just
I
say
got a
really.
free-
Free
Separated
flying
with very
lessons
good
for
friends,
life.
Still married, but live in different houses.
Till I get a pilot's license.
Got
forever.
it, SLH.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. I think. Are we done?
Okay.
Or shall we
I
talk?
think we've
shall we
been
talk
done.
about? Shall we talk about ISAs, Stu? Or are we done?
Yeah, you can do. What do you want to know? Do you want to? Do you
Well,
know
I've-
help to buy?
Has-
If you've
has-
got a
have you-
help to
has-
buy ISA, out
Has
there,
Millie
by
got a
the way.
LISA? Because she needs
She
to
has.
get one.
She's changed it to a license. She had a help to buy ISA.
She need
and
anybody.
now
if
she's
you're
got a license.
listening to this show and you're under
Yeah, don't.
40,
Yeah.
right? And you listen to the show and you're under 40, get
Yeah.
a lifetime.
No,
ISA.
it's under.
a license.
It goes until
40.
you.
It's
I know it's
40.
older than that. It's older.
40.
It's older.
It's 40.
It's older.
What is it?
It's 40, right? So if you're under 40, right, and you haven't got one, get one. It's you put $4,000 in a year. You don't have to put $4,000 in. You can put up to $4,000 in a year, and the government will give you 25%. And then when you're 55, you can get basically most of it tax free. So it's very, very good, and you can put it towards your first house as well. So get one.
You know, all of you out there with 40K just sitting around.
No. You can put like 500 quid in it. You can put whatever in it, but whatever you put in it, the government will top it.
50p.
The government will top it up each year 25%. So whatever you put in it, they'll put 25%.
You can contribute.
Sorry
to
if America doesn't
License.
do
Can I
something
just
to help people.
clarify?
I don't even know what the
Just
fuck
to
you're talking about. Get a
clarify-
LISA. It's like some
Just
spray
to
for the bathroom.
clarify, you can contribute to a license until you're 50 years
Correct.
old.
Yes, correct. No. But you can't apply
But you have
for
to be
one.
under 40 to be taken out. I
So,
get you, but
okay.
it made it sound like you couldn't keep
Yeah, but
paying
what
in.
I'm saying is, I said if you're under 40, because if you're over 40,
Yeah,
it's
I
too
know
late.
SLH. Me too.
Sure, you
I'm
can't
with
have
you.
one.
Jesus.
All right,
Christ.
that's it.
But
We're
by the
done.
way, if you put $4,000
All right,
in,
show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
You can keep going with this afterwards. I
Go on,
just
Stu, go on. Just say it now. You can tell you haven't got work tomorrow, Stu.
yeah, he's ready to get into it now.
Thank you very much, love.
If you had work tomorrow, Stu, you'd be like, I haven't got time to talk about life.
Yeah.
no, I was only going to say what's
Yeah.
quite cool about the LISA
You put
though,
$4,000
as
in.
opposed. Yeah, you put $4,000 in and you get your grand's interest instantly. You don't have to wait.
That's literally
a year.
what I said. I said
Yeah.
the same thing. You get 25% of $4,000, which is
No,
$8,000.
no. But with most ISAs, you have to wait till the end of the tax year before you get your interest. With a
Yes.
LISA, it's instant.
Yes, and when you're 55, I think you get 25% of it like tax free back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
so
pretty impressive.
it's impressive.
If you're buying it, it's better for Millie because Millie did have a help to
First-time
buy
house.
ISA.
It's a first time house.
But she'd maxed it out.
Yes.
Right. So it was fully maxed out. But the problem she had is she had to buy a house by the time she was 29. And she's like, she wants to go back to uni potentially. She wants to do another 3 years. They're going traveling to Australia. She's like, I can't see myself buying a house by the time I'm 29.
Well, yeah. I didn't do it till I was 30, so you know,
Yeah.
it's not really.
So she's like, And I said to her, you need to put it in ELISA. So we went through all the ins and outs, and we worked out after 2 years. So she's already put $4,000 in and got $5,000 in now, obviously, and she's getting the interest on that. And then when she puts another $4,000 in April, because obviously she'd maxed her, she already had $12,000 in her Help to Buy. She'll have then
I love how we're
9 to
discussing
10
just
grand.
all of Millie's financial. Like we know exactly how much money she's got.
Yeah.
Well,
What is the sort code?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
she'll almost have as much in as she had in her Help to Buy ISA by April.
So you hear it here first, people. Invest in ISIS. That's what Chinny and
No,
Stu are
lysis,
recommending.
lysis.
No,
ISIS.
Duke was correct.
Well, ISIS or ISIS.
Yeah, Duke was correct.
Yeah.
ISIS is fine.
You support ISIS. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, ISIS. I didn't hear what you
Yeah.
said.
No, Duke's correct. Yeah, ISIS. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, support
all good.
ISIS.
Sure.
It's all good.
Okay.
Right. That's a show, I
Right.
suppose.
That's the show.
That's a
guess.
show.
Yes, that was a show.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording here.
Okay, that's enough. No more talking.
We Duke finished the show so quick we didn't even do shout outs.
No, we didn't. Pick me as fan.
We shouted out everybody during the thing, in the show, in the chat room. I should shout out Amar, but whatever. He knows I shout him out every week.
We always shout Amar out.
Oh, Stu,
Yeah.
I was going to ask you a question.
Go on.
Are you watching Traitors?
No, do you know, it's weird. We never
I'm
got on the...
shocked.
I know, but I don't know why we never got on the Traitors train. When it very first came out, we
You know
didn't
what?
watch
I was
it.
so excited because I never watched
I
anything
know.
on current
I
TV,
know.
right?
I
And
know. I
Tara
know.
started watching Traitors, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. I'll watch it, and it is
Yeah.
by far.
I know.
My favourite TV show I've
I've
ever
heard
watched.
so many good things, right?
Oh
And
my
Kay, I
God,
said
it's
to
so
Kay,
good.
when it started this year, I said to Kay, shall we give it a go? Shall we watch it? And she's just like, no, I feel like we've missed it now.
Oh
because
no!
we didn't-"
Tell
And I was like,
Kay.
Too late for
tell
that kind of
Kay,
thing.
I know.
Chinny said, watch it.
I know.
please.
I feel like we should, but then I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Totally Kay's thing. It's
I
totally
know.
Kay's
I'm sure
thing.
it would be. I am sure it would be.
Please tell her that Chinny.
I'll tell her that we have
Chinny
to watch
is
it.
insistent that we have
On
to watch
catch up. How many episodes have we missed? There's
it.
probably been about 10.
I think there's about 7.
Ooh, missed a few.
Yeah, there's a few, but honestly,
Missed a
But we
few.
live in a time, however, where
But
you
a
can watch that
sister-
yeah.
stuff.
And you have a daughter
know.
that's
No,
fully
it's-
grown up,
you
so
don't have to
you
wait
have
for
no
a
excuse.
rerun.
We have
Kay's
a baby.
sister is fully obsessed with it. I mean,
Oh
she's
my
been
God.
watching since
Well, there you go.
season one.
Don't you think Kay wants to be able to talk about it with her
Yeah,
sister?
yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
Honestly,
I
Stu,
know.
I was watching it thinking, I can't wait to talk to Stu about this.
I
'cause
know.
he's
I
gonna
know. I
watch it.
feel like we should, I know. We
Oh.
should watch it. I'll have to watch it.
I'm
We'll
so
try. I'll
disappointed.
try. I'll try and persuade her. I
Please
will
watch
try.
it. It's great. It's great.
I know. I've heard so many good things.
Proper cool. And also, it only goes on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so you got a chance to sort of get to Wednesday and watch most of them. So
Yeah, and watch maybe a few.
yeah,
Watch maybe
honestly,
a few of them.
I was hooked. And I don't like those shows. I don't like those kind of TV shows where they just knock them out. But everything about it is like, oh, this works really well. It's really like the theme of it. It's a bit of
Oh, yeah.
fun. Like that Claudia Winkleman does, like she sets the right tone. She's kind of funny, but like a bit serious. Like yeah, it's funny, man.
Well,
like,
people get fully invested, don't they? Like when someone does something really shady, they're just
Yeah,
like,
but it's,
"Oh,
it's
I
just,
can't believe it did
so
that."
Duke, for context, just to let you know that
I saw an
Traitors is-
interview with the host guy. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Traitors is basically Among Us, but a TV show. You know what I mean? Where they live
Yep.
in, they don't live in the castle, but they spend time at
Right.
a castle.
Yeah.
They actually go to hotels. And it's a TV show,
Yeah.
but they go to a castle. They do a game.
I like
to-
the guy who hosts it. What's
no,
his name?
no, it's a no. You're
Is it
talking
different in
yeah.
the UK?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
You're-
it's a woman.
It's a Scottish guy in America. It's the guy who plays Boris in Goldeneye. I forgot his name. But in it's a woman in the UK called Claudia Winkleman,
Okay.
and she
Gotcha.
yeah. Basically, it's yeah. They there's 2 or 3 of them that are traitors. They need to talk and figure out who he is. And what's funny is he's like this one guy, right? I won't spoil it too much, Stu, but there's this one guy in this series now. All he did was like, right, let's just raise our glasses and let's just have a great day. And everybody's, that's a bit weird. Why did he do that?
I know this
and
is
you're
you
like,
read ev-
and that
you
was
read stuff
it.
into
And that was
everything,
it.
don't
And
you?
then for about 3 episodes, everybody's like, we think it's you, we think it's you. And it's like, all he did was he raised a toast, he raised a glass and let everybody's... And so the game is like, you don't stick your neck out. Do you know what I mean? Like that
Well, of
basically
course.
is it.
Yeah.
But like, you can't be too
You don't want
quiet.
anyone putting attention to you. Right?
Oh man, it's so funny. It's so funny.
His name's Alan Cumming, and he's very. I
Alan
like him.
Cumming.
He's very.
Yeah,
funny.
he
He's
plays
smart.
he plays the Boris guy in Goldeneye, and he's invincible. And he's
Apparently, both of them are based on a Dutch series, De Verraders.
Yeah, but we don't care about that because they speak
I'm
in a
just
funny
letting you
language.
know.
You know what I mean?
I'm just letting you know.
We're talking about English.
You were always like, "Oh, it's based on the British one. The British one's different.
Apparently,
the
as well, the
British
New Zealand
one's
version of
95% of the time is true. So
Traitors, the New Zealand version of Traitors is very good as well. We've been told, but yeah, I haven't
Well,
seen.
they'll all be good because they're all the same concept.
Yeah, yeah. So
it's
I'd
like,
watch the American one. Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I'm not going to compare it to a trashy show, but
Like
but
Married at
I am
First
going to
Sight
compare
and
it
all
to.
that
But
sort of
Married at First Sight, it
Oh
doesn't
my
matter what
God.
country it is. It's the same concept. People are just the same wherever whichever country you go. So
I
they're all
can't
the
stand
same.
those shows though.
No,
Tara
I know you
watches that. I
can't.
can't stand those shows.
It's so good though. The people just do the same shit. It doesn't matter whether it's the UK or America or Australia or whatever.
What I hate about Married at First Sight, and I do watch a few episodes sometimes just because Tara's watching it. I just want to sit with Tara for a bit. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
you have
like,
to.
It's like that they clearly these people aren't never going to get on. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
of course, that wouldn't be good TV if it
But
was.
they've
It's
paired
got-
them up because and they don't want to look wrong. They go, no, we've matched you and we're experts and we know that you
Yeah,
two
we
have
know why you're gonna get 'em.
personalities that will work together well. He's like, no, you fucked it up. You fucked it up. Right. and Tara's adamant that they really get married. And like, no, they do not.
No, they used to.
They
right?
used
the
to,
the
but they
original
do-
Married at First Sight, they actually got married. Now
Yeah,
it's
but-
just like a ceremony.
Yeah, they don't because the
No, they don't.
logistics of that is fucking nuts.
Oh no, it was awful. There was a woman and guy on the very final series where they actually got really married. And they fucking hated each other, right? And they
Yeah.
had to have this full annulment and everything,
it's
and it was a
massive
nightmare.
problem. They can't.
Yeah,
do
it was a
that stuff.
huge problem.
Yeah.
Also, you shouldn't be making big life decisions based on some goddamn
But,
docu-soap
but do you know what though?
Mm-hmm.
One of the couples who was on one of the like that series, they're still married and they've
Yeah,
got kids
Stu,
and everything. They're
that's-
still together.
that's
Well,
like say-
stop
that's-
clocks right twice
Yeah,
a day.
that, I was going to say, it's like eventually they're going to get it right. Like,
So
it's-
it does happen.
like,
well, you'll
but-
get lucky that two
now and
people
again,
will
blind
randomly
dates,
find each
they
other.
actually ended up
But-
together.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
rarely.
But what was quite interesting, the final series that was like that was in COVID year.
Yeah.
And the couple, they decided because they wanted to carry on doing the filming that they would literally live to like isolate together and stuff.
Mm.
So they ended up just really, getting on with each other and what have you, and ended up together forever.
Or just putting up with each
Together
other.
forever.
Yeah, right.
But
Made
no,
it
what
look
they
good for
used
the
to do,
Sopranos.
I feel like it's got worse in recent years. What they used to
It's
seem
terrible.
to
It
do.
started bad.
Yeah, no, they used to
Not
seem
like in
to,
the old days.
They used to
Used to
seem
be
to
cool.
match maybe 2 or 3 couples, maybe 4 that they thought would genuinely get on with each other. Then they would match probably 2 or 3 that would definitely not get on with for a bit of entertainment value. And then they'd match 2 or 3 just to, maybe not. You know what I mean? So you had this quite good mix of ones that you knew would get on, ones that probably wouldn't, and ones that maybe would or wouldn't.
I think
But now it's just like, let's just go for full on, like, let's not match
People don't want to
everyone.
see the happily ever after. They want to see the car crash.
Well, you do
Yeah,
to an
I think
extent.
I
You
think
do
I,
want to
can't,
see
I
a
don't
little
like those
bit.
shows because they do exploit people basically for.
Oh,
for the good of entertainment.
definitely.
Whereas I think
Definitely.
Traitors feels like it's a game.
Everybody knows it's a
They're,
goof.
they're playing a game, right? And
Nobody
and-
goes
and-
into Among Us going, all right, this round, man.
Yeah,
this
like,
is gonna
like
prove
so
something
I
about
feel
who
like
I am.
I can't watch a show where, I watched that Jerry Springer documentary on Netflix yesterday, and it's
I'm curious.
it's like they explicitly say like people think that we're trying to solve their problem. Like
Yeah.
and then one of the producers like we don't care about solving their problem. We care about ratings. It's the only
Yeah, of course
thing
they
that
do. They
we
want
care about.
animosity, don't
But
they?
I
They want
remember,
the drama.
when Jerry Springer came out and Jeremy Carl and all this sort of stuff, people go no, but they look after him afterwards. They sort
Yeah,
him
they
out.
got
No,
psychiatrists and
because I mean that's the thing
counsellors.
is like Donahue and Oprah kind of were interested in like getting to the root of things and finding out what's in people's heads, and then Jerry Springer and fucking Maury came along and no, let's just have men dancing when they find out they're not the father. Let's have people throwing chairs at Klansmen. Let's just exacerbate everything. It's all about the conflict.
Yeah,
Stay away from my man, bitch.
But like that's all it is. It's that these shows they just exploit people and just spit them out, and it's like let's marry them, at first sight, and that'll be fun, and then like we'll work it out and make sure that they marry someone they love. Like I'm sure 90, I don't know the actual stat, but like 99% of those never work out, right? So
Of course.
No, they don't.
And,
No, they
and,
don't.
oh, you got 13 children. Okay, we'll give you a TV show. We're going to reward this absurd number of
Yeah.
kids you've got. And, oh, what do you know? There's a fucking child molester in the mix, and the kids are miserable, and everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Like,
Who'd have
gee.
thought? So I think that's why I'm on board with like shows like Traitors, because it doesn't feel as dirty where they're
It's more of a game than it is. It's not reality.
I said to Tara, I was like, I'd go on this show. I would go on this show.
You would love to do that. I can
love
see it. I can
I'd
just
love
totally see it.
And I was like,
See, because
I-
Chinny can be hard to read. Like, I don't think I'm good at disguising myself, so I don't think I'd be very
you'd be
good at it.
awful
Chinny
on
can-
Traitors.
I'd be awful. At it, yeah.
But I
Oh,
think,
he's sad. Let's fuck him out.
you know what? It's really sad that the game Among Us isn't as popular, because I did enjoy playing that game. It was good fun, wasn't it? Good.
I was into it for like a week, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
There
I,
was
I,
some-
I didn't play it for very much, but
Those
like,
discussions when you were trying to work
Oh,
out
it's
who was.
so
Oh, yeah.
It was awful. It was
It's
people
so
were like,
funny.
"Oh, I saw him acting really shady around whatever," and everyone was like, "Yeah, it's him. It's definitely him.
Yeah.
Get
The
rid of him."
problem
And
with
then
that game is that there's only so much you could really observe, so it was all just finger pointing and just
Yeah.
stirring up things based on nothing really, because there's not enough time together. But if you're living together, if there's things you have seen that other people haven't, or
But you
I
know
mean,
what,
that's the
dude?
thing with
They're still really bad at it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Well, I'm sure.
it's amazing how
they're
bad
not
they are at-
professional intriguers.
Yeah,
you know,
so it's
yeah.
funny.
Most people
Um,
aren't very good at intrigue, I think.
There you are. So anyway, we're still live on the stream. So if anybody's listening,
I know. I think there's
Thank
a few
you,
people
everybody.
weirdly still hanging around
Still
listening
hanging
to
back.
some
Weirdos.
shit, as we always do.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we should look up this veteran gaming podcast. Let's see what they're
I've
actually
already
doing.
looked it up and I couldn't find it. So
Oh,
Okay.
really?
so you know.
Maybe
All
it's
right,
not.
well, I'm gonna edit this and then send it off. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to grade papers because I had no motivation for that tonight. I hope y'all
Yeah,
have a
the
good
trouble
week.
is when you search it, we just come up.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we do because we're number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
There you
it
go.
does happen. Sometimes people change their username when they go into chat. So that's quite
Mhm.
easy to do on YouTube.
It could be that he just did it as a goof.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
I-
that's Derek Sains, and he's just.
yeah.
There's
so-
a Veterans of Gaming podcast.
No, I feel like it's somebody who just changed their username, Stu.
Yeah, it's probably Jason Gollaher, to be fair.
It happens.
There
It
you go.
happens when I used to stream a lot. You know, when I used to stream a lot, people would like stream like, you know, whatever game I'm playing sucks or whatever. Like they used to like come in as that, and then they change it
Yeah.
again and change. When I used
Purely
to stream,
trolling.
when I used to stream snooker, they'd be like, you know, Ginny don't miss or something like that, and they'd change their username to that. So like, yeah,
Nice.
it's something you can do.
Yeah, true. True.
Yes.
All right, I'm out. Have a good night, guys.
All right. I'm going to bed.
See ya.
See you.
Yep. See you later.
Right. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye, Stu. Watch Traitors. Bye.
I will do. I'll do.
Bye.
Bye.
To miss it. And this is what he's been doing. He's been getting frames one quickly in one visit. Saves a lot of energy doing that when you're playing well.
60. $61.
Well, he's doing what he's done all tournament, which is score heavily. He's made 5 centuries already. There could be a 6th coming. But this black for the frame.
$68.
Crowd saving their applause, maybe. For the red.
69.
Just to make sure, but as I say now, chance of another century. He's made 2 in the final. Of course, the maximum yesterday was what many of us will remember from this tournament. It's a reminder, isn't it, of what a terrific player he is to watch in full flow. He's always had that swagger and that
75.
confidence, but when he just puts it together with his technique, you feel, how can he ever
76.
lose? Of course, snooker's not easy, but in full flow, one of the best sights in the sport.
Yeah, and it's maybe my imagination, but you know, just the way he strikes the
80.
ball, the sound it all makes, such a sweet sound.
84.
As if he's timing the ball beautifully. Wonderful cueman.
91.
That Players' Championship,
92.
Tour Championship from the season before last. He played brilliantly in those, especially the Players. I think it was up in Wolverhampton. He seemed like he was on reds and blacks towards the end of that tournament in almost every frame with chances to make maximum breaks.
This then for his third century of the final. And that's a great response, isn't it, to Kyren Wilson taking the first of the night. And it says a lot about the mindset of Murphy. Was he under pressure? No. He's come out
103.
and he's played another great frame and he's killed it off in one visit.
$107. $112.
It's one thing really Wilson hasn't done today, score like this. There's still time, but he's going to have to start soon, you feel. Because Murphy, with this frame, has restored himself to where he was this afternoon. Wonderful stuff. A clearance of 125, a hat-trick of centuries in the Masters final for Shaun Murphy, who's now 3 frames from winning his second title. He leads 7-3.
Well, this frame was all Murphy, and I guess he did get in first. It's easy to forget that he did have something of a chance early on, which didn't amount to much. But Murphy, again, he's devastating when he's in amongst them. This shot, a lot of players would have been not very happy about finishing there, needing the rest on this shot on the red next to the blue. But as Dave pointed out, he hasn't missed one the whole week. Incredible stat for me, that. There might be the odd one over the pocket, but there's been some terrific
55.
balls potted with the rest. And also without the rest. This was for the century, knocking them in for fun, isn't he, at the moment? And this is Shaun Murphy right up there with his best form. Now that 4-frame buffer is back at 7-3.
So it's 7-3 to Shaun Murphy. He's just made his 6th century of the Masters, and he needs 3 more frames to be crowned champion for a second time, a decade on from that first success. He's not won yet, but if he does, I wonder where he would rank it in terms of his achievements. I mean, obviously there's recency bias would come into it, but these are the moments, these are the tournaments that when you're starting out, you target, and then when you've won them, the next thing is become a multiple champion. If he did that, he'd be only the 12th player to have won more than one Masters title. I know Shaun is very much into the history of the game and where he kind of sits in it. But anyway, as I say, he's not there yet, but must be feeling good after that last frame. And Kyren Wilson, maybe not so much. There will be an interval, we know that much, because there's 2 more frames to play before the break. But Murphy, not just winning the frame, it's how he won it. It was very reminiscent, not only of this afternoon, but actually how he's played this whole tournament. It was a wonderful performance against Neil Robertson, and of course yesterday the maximum was the standout moment against Mark Allen.
I think just on your point though, I mean, where anything would rank in his achievements, clearly his first world title as a qualifier 20 years ago as a young player, coming out of the sort of mid-ranks really. Everyone knew that he could play, but he hadn't really been getting any of the results. Now he did well in the British Open not that long before it, but that has to be number 1, because the way he played all the way through, he never took a backward step. But of course, as you get older, it's not easy to play with that fearlessness, and I think right now he looks to be playing with a lot of freedom for a player who's 42. He's seen some ups and downs in his game like we all have, so whatever he's doing at the moment, it's very impressive to watch.
Yes, and he has also, you know, he got involved in other things, the sort of politics of the sport, media work, which always points to somebody looking to life post-playing. But clearly, that's going to be a while yet. He's still very much at the top of the game, as he's proving here today.
Thank you. Take your seat, please. That's enough now. Frame 11.
Sunday night at the Palace. Who is going to be crowned king here at the Masters? Well, Shaun Murphy is looking the red-hot favourite. He leads 7-3. He's just made his 3rd century of this match. Concerned, though, to see that red come up past the blue.
He played the cue ball down closer to the right corner, and then it would have come further up for the red that he's next to into the left corner. Don't think sharing these 2 frames from here would be much use to Kyren Wilson. Probably Shaun Murphy would settle for that right now, so he's got to win them both, Kyren. Get that 3 out of 4 target back on track before the mid-session interval, which of course there will be now, we know that.
One.
I'm not sure that's much good to him. He obviously tried to hold for the blue to left middle there. He's drifted on that cue ball, and now, seemingly with not much in the bunch, there could be a red that goes to the right corner, bottom left-hand red, but even then, if it does go, the angle on the blue is not helping, and that's the red. It's hard for him to get down the left side of the table from where the balls are. The more you look at that, the more it seems virtually impossible to get over and behind that red that you saw was available, whichever colour he took. And that's kind of the difference, isn't it? Kyren is, you know, he's willing and able, he's trying everything he can, but he isn't stringing together the breaks that Murphy is, you know, and that is at the moment, the contributing factor in this scoreline. We know he's playing well. Played well last night against Judd Trump. But he's not scoring any weight. I think Murphy is kind of doing that to everybody, isn't he? He's just outscoring all the opposition. don't think you could hit the snooker ball any better than that. Look at that. The cue ball zipped back. The accuracy was there as well, and that might just inspire him. It was a beautiful shot. Still not particularly easy, though, where the balls are to get. Beautiful shot, isn't it, to hold as well. The pink. He didn't make it into the pocket cleanly, but it was a lovely shot. I don't think Kyren Wilson can go into this any differently, really. I mean, he's not as if he's got to try and attack anymore, because he is an attacking player anyway. He's just got to score more heavily in these frames, because he's going to have to play from here to win the snooker of his life, I think, to stop Murphy winning frames. The way Murphy appears to be playing, it's hard to think that he won't be able to win 2 more at some point. It would take a superhuman effort, I think, from Kyren Wilson to turn this around.
Well, getting in hasn't been his problem. We just saw the long pot stats for this session, 92%, 33 in the first, but it's not just getting in, it's staying in. He didn't do that in that last frame. Mr. Black.
I think he's got to play on one of the 2 reds, either to the left middle or to the bottom left here. I don't see what else he can do. He's straight on the black, which narrows down his options. He kind of missed this shot, or very similar shot, start of the evening session, into that pocket by hitting the first jaw. Very similar sort of shot. Not this time.
16.